Can you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? Whitney Young football is on the air, live from the Mchale Obama complex on the west side of Chicago. The Willis Tower in the background. It's week 4 of the Chicago Public Schools spring season, the 5-week sprint to the goal line. We are coming to you live on the Whitney Young football YouTube channel today. It's our opening week action. Well, we have one good. We tried it one afternoon. The Walter Payton Grizzlies this afternoon coming west to face the Whitney Young Dolphins in this battle of a couple of one-win teams. With the restrictions still in place due to the pandemic, we will bring you the live action for the final 2 weeks of this season. Week 1 action, we saw a win here at Mchale Obama Complex over the Solario Sun Warriors by a score of 28-14. We faced some technical difficulties in getting the stream up on the platform. We've got those fixed, those issues today. Then COVID struck. Weeks 2 and 3 were erased. Today's game wasn't solidified until last Thursday afternoon, but all those obstacles, the Dolphins are here, the Grizzlies are here, and we are excited to bring you today's action. Todd Kibbe reporting all the play-by-play action, and my partner, the individual who is responsible for making this happen for Whitney Young football, Tony Mchale. Tony will be adding his unique brand of color commentary. Little known fact that Tony and I have been calling games in Northwest Indiana for many seasons, but we couldn't be happier to be in our own backyard giving the fine athletes of the Chicago Public League an opportunity to shine. Tony, that's an undertaking to stream Dolphin football games. Has certainly been your quest, and today we're going to get it. We got it right for a change.
So we think this game is blimp-worthy, Todd, but unfortunately we're standing high atop Mchale Obama Sports Complex on a scaffolding.
On a scaffolding that was purchased a couple of months ago, thinking, how are we going to actually get this thing done? We've got an apparatus. We should probably put that up online so people could kind of say, well, that's probably not safe.
No, probably, yeah, no. My workman's comp insurance will not cover this. So, but yeah, so Todd, this is only the third game here at the Mchale Obama Sports Complex. They opened up the very last game of the fall 2019 season against Dunbar.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that was a loss. Came back first game against Solario 3 weeks ago. Put up a huge program win. Solario is a team that had played up a division in CPS football the last couple years. Came into Mchale Obama Sports Complex, and the Dolphins took it to them.
They did, and it was an impressive display. We had Frank Scutanis with nearly 100 yards on the ground. Patrick Mchale throwing for 160-plus and 2 touchdowns, ran for a touchdown. So, you know, it was great to see these kids, and you could just tell they were so excited to hit somebody other than somebody that they've seen and know and go to school with, right?
Well, what we forget, and you know, in the grand scheme of things, football issues, first world problems. These Whitney Young kids have been through a lot, especially the seniors. Their freshman year football season was canceled after 3 games because of numbers. They missed a game their sophomore season because of things going on in Chicago.
Yep.
They missed their last game and an opportunity to go to the state playoffs last year because of the union and work stoppage.
Yep.
Yeah, the work stoppage. So they've worked really hard. These kids just want to play, right? They're 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. It's been a long 14 months for all of us. They just want to get out here. Now they got 2 games left. It'll be great for the seniors to be able to walk off the field for their last game, and it's an opportunity for some of these sophomores and juniors to put some game film up for coaches at the next level.
Yeah, it sure is. And, you know, the kids, they're out. There's a lot of numbers here too, Tony. I mean, you know, you cram and hope and pray, and we watched the IHSA make their decision about what to do with, you know, some of the contact sports and when to play these games. And, you know, then we still had the advent in weeks 2 and 3 where, you know, COVID came in and struck, and we had that same thing happened over to us in Northwest Indiana in the games we did where we lost a game. But, you know, even in a game, or, you know, a game shortened season of just 5 games, you know, now down to 3, you can just tell the excitement. And there's some little rivalries that there's some kids that are playing against one another. I remember playing against friends of mine at different schools, and you kind of got that dynamic here where some of the kids from Payton They've were going to grade school together, and now they've got the opportunity to be on opposing teams. And
right, and the way CPS football works is they try and match up skill level of teams. There's 4 divisions that are IHSA state playoff eligible, and then there's 2 or 3 divisions on the other side that are not playoff eligible. So these 2 teams have only met twice in the last 3 years, but that's about it. Unfortunately for the Dolphins, in 2017 it was a 49-0 win for Payton, and last year was a 56-0 win for Payton. But when we talk about Payton, this is a good football team and a great program. They are 33-8 over the last 4 years, and 5 of those losses came in either city playoff games or state playoff games. So in the regular season, they're 33-3. They've beaten Kenwood a couple times. Kenwood's now playing at the highest level of CPS football. So this is going to be a challenge for these young Dolphins to go out. The Grizzlies know how to win. They're prepared. They do have a new coaching staff.
Right.
But it's a lot of the same talent that's been there the last 2 years. So it should be a great football game.
Grizzlies played their first game week 1 at Lane Stadium, where this game was supposed to take place yesterday. But thankfully, the powers that be said, let's at least let them play. We moved it to Mchale Obama Complex here at the campus of Whitney Young. The Grizzlies come in, a big win over Orr in week 1. And it wasn't even a contest.
It wasn't a contest, Todd, but as we talk about this crazy season, it was 3 quarters long. The lights went out at the start of the 4th quarter. So the Dolphins do have a little bit of advantage that way, is that they have at least played 4 full quarters of football, and the Grizzlies only got 3 in last week.
And the Dolphins had to play those 4 full. It was kind of close there for a time being. A couple of exciting players for Solario, the Sun Warriors. But the Dolphins, both the defensively, they bend but don't break kind of scenario. They gave up, some plays, but did not let them get into the end zone until and saved the win.
Right, big second half for the Dolphins last week. They did not allow a score. Late in the game, Solario got inside the 10-yard line, but the Dolphins came up with 4 big stops, got the ball, and were able to run the most famous of all football formations,
yes,
the victory formation.
The victory formations. So the officiating crew is with us here tonight, or this afternoon. I can't get used to saying this afternoon. It's a Sunday. It's like playing
Sunday
on
football.
Sunday football. There's nothing unique about that. The officiating crew, we got their card. The referee is going to be Craig Jeffries. The umpire, Carden Meadows. The line judge will be Stephen Collum. The head linesman will be Jerry Ewing, and the back judge is going to be Nate Godsnig.
Easy for you to say, Todd.
Easy for me to say. And then let's talk about these the Dolphins. I'm going to let you go through the offense, if you don't mind.
Sure,
starting
Todd.
Offense for the Whitney Young Dolphins.
Yeah, Todd, let's start with the big guys in the middle, and we have a little change from week 1. Christopher Vacquez, the 3-year starter at center, is out today. He got injured in that Solario game. So we're going to move it around a little bit. Noel Rowell, a 6'1", 250-pound senior, is going to start at right tackle. David Wortham is the right guard. He's number 67. He's a 5'8", 237-pound senior. Moving into center is Josiah Roman. He's going to wear number 72. He's 5'10" and 260. Next to him at the left guard is number 57, Jalen Aguilar. He's 5'9", 237 pounds and a senior. And anchoring the left side of the line is Tommy Basuriu. He's wearing number 77 today. He's 6'5", 289. The guys that are not as skillful, I know you're a lineman, Todd.
Yeah.
At tight end is number 7, Richie Racklaw. He's a senior captain. He's 6'2", 206. A new to the team this year is number 14. He's a senior, Paxton Ferencik. He's 5'10", 197. Jahari Walker, also a senior, caught a big touchdown pass in week 1. He wears number 3. He's 5'10", 170. On the other side is the freshman, number 17, Anthony Hood. He's 6', 165. He started off his career with the first touchdown of the season last year. In the backfield's number 24, Frank Skotanis. He's 6', 194. And actually under center today, we think, literally under center, is number 12, the quarterback, Patrick Mchale. He's 6'1", 190, and a junior. He had 2 touchdown passes last week, or in week 1, and a rushing touchdown.
So ran for one, too. So three of the 4 scores attributed to Mr. Mchale there. Defensively for the Grizzlies, they're going to go like this. Defensive end on the left side will be Jack Dawson. He wears number 32. Bobby Ellis is a defensive tackle. He's number 59. The other defensive tackle is Matawas Masinski. He wears number 66. And then number 68, Trevor Fields, is the fourth defensive lineman on the right-hand side. The linebacking crew, Jack Hainberg wears number 21 on the inside, along with Joe Saviano, who also goes both ways. A lot of these players go both ways, as a matter of fact. And the man in the middle is number 55, Elliot Graziano. The left corner is Charlie Newton. He wears number 9. The right corner is Danny O'Connell. He wears number 87, and very boisterous, by the way. The strong safety is Eamon Glascott, who's also the quarterback. He wears number 7. And Ryan Harrington is the free safety, number 33. So we are getting ready here for kickoff. I think we did have an opportunity to have Tony came out and talked to Coach Dan Finger, and we'll hear what he had to say right now.
By Coach Dan Finger of the Whitney Young Dolphins. Coach, big win 3 weeks ago, big program win. What did that mean to you and the guys?
It was just great to get out here. The kids have worked so long and so hard to have just one opportunity to put that on display for folks, and we were really glad to watch them do it last week, especially over a really talented Solario team and a team that plays a conference above us. Just a statement win for us this short spring season.
So big win, and then by Thursday the next week, the program was shut down 2 weeks. How'd you keep the guys focused?
We practice remotely every day, doing workouts together. The seniors and our one junior captain did a great job leading the workouts, demonstrating exercises, getting on the Google Meet, and then just watching film. We broke down a ton of film together. Our coaching staff was great about getting in the game plan virtually, and we just decided that the challenge was going to be the way we got better. It didn't make it easier, certainly, but we're confident that we got better because of the remote work we did.
So big rivalry game today, Payton Grizzlies. Last year they took it to the Dolphins on the week 2. How do you see this week's game going?
We're really excited to play against a great program in Payton. Coaching staff has changed over there, but they've still got a lot of talent. We're just excited to show how much we've grown. We've got new coordinators. We've got new game plan. We've got a ton of work we've put in since then, and we're just excited to get back out there.
So what are 2 or 3 keys for today's game?
We've got to stop the run defensively. We've got to control the play action defensively as well. Definitely winning the rushing yardage is a big key for us. We want to win the turnover battle, and then we just want to make sure that we finish in the red zone. That's a big point of emphasis for us this week after struggling a little bit early last week.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck out there this afternoon.
Appreciate it. Go Dolphins.
Always got to get the Go Dolphins in there. I like that.
It's ready. Where would you rather be? What would you rather be doing right now, Todd, than watching a football game on a beautiful spring afternoon?
We got a great day. It's the clouds kind of came in after we went down to our shirt sleeves, and now it's just a little cool, but a beautiful day for these kids. It's not going to be too hot. They're playing on turf here at Mchale Obama Complex, which, by the way, is just a fantastic facility here on the west side. It was christened last year by Mchale Obama herself, and just having an opportunity to play on this beautiful field and be here is and with the Willis Tower in the background as both coaches and captains make their way to the center of the field. That's Joe Saviano for the Grizzlies, and for your Whitney Young Dolphins, that's Richie Racklaw, the official.
See the difference between Indiana and Illinois already, Todd. We can actually have a coin flip here, and we can't play football in the fall, but we can have a coin flip.
And I also found out that it's the mandatory 3-minute stretch period is after halftime. So it's now got an official term. It's probably been around for 20 years too. But they're going to give their respective captains the opportunity to let the Grizzlies take the flip. Grizzlies in their home jerseys today. Their blue jerseys trimmed with white numerals and with the orange stockings. Blue or navy helmets with the crest of the Walter Payton College Prep Academy. There goes the flip. And looks like
Payton won the toss.
Payton has won the toss, and they're going to defer. The Dolphins in their away uniforms, white jerseys, orange numerals trimmed in blue with orange trousers, orange helmets, white face masks. So looks like the Grizzlies have deferred until the second half. That means the Dolphins will get the ball first. They'll receive to the southern end of the complex here. And we're just about ready to start.
And it's a little breezy out here, Todd, but the field runs north and south, and the wind pretty much feels like it's going east to west. So shouldn't be an advantage or disadvantage for either team depending on the quarter.
And what we think we have here is a couple of kickers that you don't really see in Chicago.
Yeah, high school football with 2 kickers. The Dolphins kicker was making them from 35, and we saw the Orr game, the Payton kicker made a field goal from about 37 yards. So it'll be interesting if it comes down to that, if it's a tight game, if it comes down to field goal kicking. We actually could see a boot at the end of the game to win it.
Fernando Lozano is the kicker for the Dolphins, and for the Grizzlies, it's Thomas Malicio. So Malicio will tee it up here. Let's get that official weather score. Ooh, that would be bad if our
I think the temperature has dropped a little bit since we got out here, Todd. So, and just to let everybody at home know, we're going to try and go wide today, a little bit wider than we might otherwise go, because we're also doing the game film for the Dolphins coaching staff. With the limited number of people that they allow in the stadium, we were lucky to get in and stand 12 feet above everybody. But we will be a little bit wider, so Mr. Kibbe will tell you what's going on.
We'll give it a shot. It's the 62 degrees right now, a little bit of a northwest wind. And teeing it up is Thomas Malicio. Malicio has it right at the 40-yard line, back deep for the Dolphins. Forensic and
Anthony Hood, the freshman.
So we are just about set for week 4 here. CPS's Sprint 5-game season. Hood, the freshman. Forensic, the junior. Officials are ready. The teams are ready. We're ready. And we are underway. Good boot. It's going to go to Hood at about the 14-yard line, up to 20, the left side to 25. Makes a couple of men miss to the 30-yard line. That's where the Dolphins will start, 1st and 10.
So the one big difference, and Coach mentioned it in his interview, Todd, that last year Coach Finger called the plays, the offensive plays. This year we have a new offensive coordinator. His name is Mike Lemming. He's a 2017 Bowling graduate, so he's come in and done a little bit different with the different things with the offense. And as we mentioned at the top of the show, there's a chance that the Dolphins are going to go from under center today due to the injury to Chris Vasquez.
So it's 1st and 10, ball rest at the 32-yard line for the Dolphins. 12 minutes on the board. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. We'll set them all up. Patrick Mchale goes under center. Man goes in motion from right to left. Now back is Jahari Walker, sets up on the right side. They go to Skatanis off the left side. He gets belted down there by Saviano at about the 34-yard line. Call it a gain of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
So we did have game film, Todd, of the Grizzlies against Orr, but it was really tough to see how effective they were. That Orr team was shorthanded. They only dressed 13 players that first week. They have a dominant quarterback who runs 6'5", about 250, so he did the bulk of the carrying. So it'll be interesting to see how the Grizzlies respond to an offense that's actually multifaceted here.
Forensic and Walker split to the right side, Hood to the left. Tight end Leito, for his first action is to the left side, short side of the field. Mchale drops back, looking to his left. Now rolls short side of the field, tucks it away. It's going to the 40-yard line, close to that 1st down. Let's see where they mark it. You're going to spot him right at the 40, so he's going to be shy by about 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 2 on the pickup by the junior play caller.
Yeah, so I would look for the Dolphins to go to their left offensive side behind big number 77, Tom Basario, a lot of the times. Effective running game in week 1. So we'll see what they can do here. It's 3rd and 2. Mchale has the ability to scramble a little bit, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him drop back and look for an option to run the ball.
Mchale going under center today because that's injury to Vasquez. Mchale. Flags fly.
Before the snap.
The linesman on the far side over there.
No signal yet.
Still waiting.
Grizzlies are clapping.
Looks like Forensic might have been lined up offside. Paxton, the 5'10", 197-pound senior.
The other thing I noticed there, Todd, is Basario needs to put in his mouthpiece before the Dolphins break off a big play, and they decide to call him for not having his mouthpiece in.
So that'll back him up 5 to the 35-yard line. Makes it now a different play call completely. 3rd down and 7.
So Ferencic, number 14, was the favorite target last week. He's a newcomer to the team. Don't know much about him, but we'll look for him on this play right here.
He's split to the numbers on the right side. Now Racklaw goes in motion, sets up on the right as well. Mchale drops back, scrambles out, looks left. Underneath, incomplete.
There's a holding call. There's a holding call, Todd. Graziano, number 55, got held on the rush. I'm not sure what the linesman threw the flag for, though. So there's definitely a holding call on the Dolphins.
They're going to decline it. 4th down, so they will decline. So on the incomplete pass, it'll bring up a 4th down and a punting situation for the Dolphins.
So good early defensive stand there by the Grizzlies. Graziano got in there quickly. Mchale didn't have a chance to set his feet and look downfield. So we'll have to look with that reconfigured Dolphin offensive line if that's going to be a problem for him this afternoon.
Danny O'Connell and Charlie Newton back deep for the Grizzlies. And again, Frank Skotanis with the snap. We got some movement around for the Dolphins. Snap is back. Low snap. Lozano does a nice job of getting it. Still gets a boot off. Bounces at the 44. Takes a Dolphin roll. Rolls 20 yards, 25 yards to the 19-yard line. What a job by the punter.
Fortuitous. He looked like the shortstop on the baseball team. There was no rush from the Grizzlies, which I'm assuming won't happen next play or next punt if there is another one, and was able to get off a beauty with the roll.
All the way down to the 19-yard line. That's a heck of a punt, Tony. So, well, with the roll. That's
with the roll,
25 on the roll.
We count it.
20 on the kick. So give him a pretty long one on that. So this is our first opportunity to see the offense for the Grizzlies. They're led by Eamon Glascott, the number 7. Unfortunately, we don't have the height, weights, or.
Oh, Todd, but wait.
Oh, but wait, we do.
Go ahead. You watch the play. I'll pull it up for you.
They go trips to the right. Short side of the field as the ball is on the right hash. Saviano in the backfield. There comes the pressure underneath. They go back to the weak side to Saviano. Saviano gets wrapped up immediately. That play's going to go for nothing. Richie Racklaw.
So Richie almost over pursued. He was in the middle of the field but was able to get out. That ball was a little low. But Saviano is the go-to player on this team, Todd. In week 1, he had – the first 3 carries of the game, he went on the first drive, went 1 play, 80 yards for a touchdown, and then on the second drive went 2 plays, 85 yards for a touchdown. So
he was padding his numbers.
Yeah, it was impressive. Great blocking up front by the Grizzly offensive line in that game. But these Dolphins are a little bit bigger, a little bit faster, so we'll see what happens.
So O'Donnell and Newton split to the right side. And Saviano off the right side of Glasgow, the 6'1", 166-pound senior. They hand off to Saviano. Breaks an arm tackle, goes right up the gut, crosses the 20-yard line. Lieto's there in on the stop, along with Neil Rocky.
Yeah, so what we saw in week 1 with Saviano, Todd, on his second touchdown run, it was just a simple trap play off the right side, and he was able to shake off 3 or 4 hits, get into the secondary, and then he was gone. He's strong and quick. Just watching him play that week 1, I'm sure he's going to play somewhere at the next level.
So it's 3rd down and 8. The ball rests at the 21-yard line on the left hash. Two receivers split to the right side. Saviano on the left side of Glascott. Steps back, jumps it over to the Glascott's pass was intended for Saviano, incomplete. So that'll bring up a 4th down and a punting situation now for the Grizzlies.
That wheel route, Todd, is my favorite playing football because, especially in high school, there's not a linebacker fast enough or able to recognize that enough to get outside. If that ball had been thrown just a little bit shorter, Saviano had nothing but one defender in the sideline before he went for a touchdown.
Jahari Walker is back deep to receive the punt.
So we're not sure. We didn't see them punt last week, or week 1. I keep saying last week.
Glasgow, it looks like, is in modified punts situation. So just a quick kick. Walker's going to take it at about the 40-yard line. Comes to his left, gets around O'Donnell to the 45 to 50, gets knocked out of bounds. Big hit there by number 50 for the Grizzlies, Guillermo V. Rojas with the hit. First down and 10 for the Dolphins, though, in Grizzly territory.
Yeah, great field position here, Todd. It's going to open up the playbook a little bit for the Dolphins. In week 1 against Solario, they did a really good job of getting Frank Skotanis established as a runner. He carried the ball 22 times, so not all for big hits, but it's that philosophy. We're going to get 3, we're going to get 4, and then we're going to break 1 for 15.
Exactly. So 8:40 remaining here in the first quarter. No score. Second offensive possession now for the Dolphins. Starts at the 46-yard line of the Grizzlies.
First time we've seen a fullback, Todd.
And that is Lieto, the big kid, 6'7". Skattanis with a little bit of happy feet there. Dances to his right side. Graziano in on the tackle. After about a 2-yard pickup, it'll be second down and 8.
So Lieto, basketball player, came out for the first time this year to play football, and you could tell a little bit on that time. Frank went right, he went left, and the benefit of having the fullback kind of disappeared. So, but Skotanis, I got to stop it. Skotanis was able to pick up 3 yards. So,
second down and call it a long 7, close to 8. Forensic to the right side, Hood to the left.
So you got man-to-man on the top, Todd.
Yep, and Jahari Walker in the slot. And now Racklaw comes from the left side, counters back. Mchale rolls to his right. There goes Graziano. A couple of friends go on and after it. Throws a nice pass down to the 32-yard line to Walker. Great job by Mchale getting out of the grasp of Graziano and delivering that pass right to the sideline to Hill for the first down.
Yeah, so we have to keep watching this, Todd. There's not a lot of resistance right now, at least to Graziano. That's the second time he's been in the backfield in 5 offensive plays. So that could prove a problem for the Dolphins because I don't think Graziano's going to miss many more tackles.
17-yard pickup, especially not on his friend.
Yeah, we won't. I told him we couldn't tackle him, but
first and 10 for the Fins at the 27-yard line. Skattanis in the backfield alone. Handoff comes. Makes one man miss, counters the direction, and with the tackle, Masinski that time.
And you can just Basario looks like he's hurt, Todd. He's limping off the field, so you'd be down 2 offensive linemen.
In comes number 56 for the Dolphins. That's Zion Nichols. He's a 5'10", 237-pound junior.
Yeah, the trade is that you're 6'7", 290 to.
Fourth play of the drive coming up. It'll be second down and 9 on the 1-yard pickup down. Actually, no gain on that play. So
yeah, and Tommy's looking to play at the next level too, Todd. He's gotten some interest from some schools here in his junior year without being able to put up much tape, but he's got the body to play big-time football in 2 years.
Mchale resets Racklaw to the right side. Hands off to Skattanis. Goes up the middle. Got a nice to the second level before he gets touched. And the push and scrum gets him close inside the 20-yard line to the red zone. Down to about the 18-yard line. It's going to be shy by about a yard.
About a yard.
Third and short.
And so here's the difference. This takes one of the play calls out from the Dolphins. This tonight's game, at least right now, is that they usually look for Mchale maybe to run a quarterback sneak, but from under center, he's not going to be able to read the defense as well as he would from 5 steps back.
Right.
So we'll have to see what they do, but that's the continue to run, and sooner or later you're going to break an 8-9 play.
They go 3 receivers deployed, 2 to the left, 1 to the right, which is the near side of the field. Walker steps back into the slot. Skattanis in the backfield. Racklaw moves from right to left, now back to the right side. Mchale takes the snap, turns, gives to Skattanis. He's got a first down past Graziano, and will coming up with the tackle back in the backfield was Glasgow and Newton, but not until Frank picked up that first down. Yeah,
we'll have to see what the Dolphins do to adjust. That Graziano right now is living in the backfield for the Dolphins. He's on the left end. He's on the left side, so perhaps they run to the offensive left. And what we saw in week 1 was Graziano was a linebacker. Today they've moved him up onto the line. So if you can get to that second level, maybe there's an advantage that he's not back there as the middle linebacker.
Putting him in that three-point stance.
Only one guy deep, one safety, Todd.
And they go shift to the left side with that H-back or Lieto in the backfield. He does a nice job, gets one block for Skatanis. Frank stretches to the 15-yard line or close to it.
So I think if Skatanis puts his foot in the ground there, Todd, and keeps it outside, he would have had one-on-one with Joey Savano.
O'Connell came up with the tackle. They didn't get to the
actually, he would have been one-on-one with Ryan Harrington, and Frank has to have 30 pounds on him and a couple inches. So I think if the opportunity for the Dolphins right now might be able to get outside, you only got one safety. If you can block the outside linebacker, it's going to be a touchdown.
7th play of the drive, 2nd down and 6 at the 12-yard line. 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Mchale goes the opposite side. Skatanis looking for the end zone inside the 5. Brought down by O'Connell. And looks like Frank might be hurt.
He got twisted around a little bit.
There's a couple of players down. Yeah, they're going to have to take a Frank is really not feeling it right now. He did get turned around a little bit. The trainer going out on the field. He did pick up a first down. So when we get back to play, it'll be 1st and goal. I think they're going to spot it at the 5-yard line.
So, Todd, while we have timeout, a couple things we were going to share a couple weeks ago, but we'll share them now. Couple of the winter activities, winter sports that went on around Whitney Young. And if you want to talk about dominance, I'm going to give you some dominant stats. So the academic decathlon team from Whitney Young for the 2021 academic year won the academic decathlon. It's not an IHS event, but won it. So I went back and did some research. The earliest academic decathlon I could find was from 1985. So that's 37 academic decathlons. Whitney Young has won 35 academic decathlons. So congratulations to them.
That is domination.
Yeah, they lost they didn't win the very first one in 1985, and then Northside snuck in somewhere in the mid-zeros of the 21st century. But quite the performance by the academic decathlon team. And then not far behind them, Todd, also winning the IHSA State Championship this year, was the Whitney Young chess team. So let me give you some numbers there.
All right.
Went back to the IHSA website, and Coach Paul Cash, I'm not sure when he started, but since 2006, so in 15 years, the Coach Cash and the chess team has won 6 state championships and been a runner-up 4 times. 6?
Wow.
So in 15 years, they finished in the top 10 times. So an amazing performance.
Yet another dominating performance.
By the chess team and the academic decathlon team. At halftime, I'll share some basketball stuff with you. But those were the, despite the fact that everybody's on remote learning, the chess team and the academic decathlon team are still going strong.
Frank is being helped off by a couple of teammates. That left ankle seems to be where the left leg. We certainly won't speculate on what's going on, but right in front of us as well, Tommy Basuriu is getting some tape. Looks like he might be back in pretty soon. But back to action. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
So Sam Wyatt, Todd, number 8, also a junior, is in at running back.
Wyatt needs to go north and south right here. Takes the ball, goes in, touchdown, Dolphins. Sam Wyatt with the touchdown on the 5-yard run gives the Dolphins, and he's pretty happy. Good for him. Congratulations, Sam. 6 foot, 195-pound junior. Scores the first touchdown of the afternoon on an 8-play drive, 46 yards, just over 5 minutes long.
So the Dolphins were able to take advantage of that short field after the big return by Jahari Walker. Now with the kicker, this is where the Dolphins struggled a little bit last year, Todd. They lost a couple close games because they just went for 2, didn't have a field goal kicker until almost the last game of the season. So this is a huge advantage in high school football if you can get a kicker in there and guarantee that extra point.
Here's another problem. Frank Skatanis, who's on the sideline, is also your center snapper, or long snapper, and that one went right into the back. And I don't think that was the backup center's fault. That was just a bad kick that time by Lozano.
Yeah, he didn't get any air under that, Todd. I think it hit the center in the butt.
But that notwithstanding, 3:34 remaining here in the first quarter. Whitney Young strikes first on a 46-yard drive covering 5 minutes and 6 seconds. A 5-yard touchdown run by number 8, Sam Wyatt. The extra point was no good. It's 6-0. The Dolphins over the Grizzlies.
So good start. Second possession, they made some adjustments. They were able to get the running game going without their big left tackle, Tommy Basario. So that bodes well. Big play was the scramble by Mchale where he eluded Graziano's rush and picked up a first down to about the 29-yard line.
Extra point was no good. 6-0 early on here in the first. Lozano will try to get an opportunity to they're still working on Frank's knee, it looks like, Tony.
Yeah, that's not good. He got spun around and stood up, and I'm not sure if somebody came in an effort to make a tackle, hit him a little bit low, or if it just got twisted as they went, Todd.
So back deep once again. Glasgow. It's going to go to O'Connell. O'Connell at about the 14-yard line. Takes it in stride. Gets to about the 25 and met there by a host of Finns, a pod of Dolphins, if you will.
There you go.
And that will be where the Grizzlies take over 1st and 10 at about the 26-yard line to get things started. Their second offensive possession here with 3:17 remaining in the first quarter.
So now here goes the other problem with high school football, Todd. You got a lot of players going both ways. Frank Skotanis is the starting outside linebacker. Tommy Basario is a inside nose tackle defensive end type player. So you have two key defensive players on the sideline right now. So we'll have to see what adjustments get made. Alex Dale is now number 6. He's a sophomore, is now in at one linebacker position to take over for Frank Skotanis.
So Glasgow in the shotgun with Saviano in the backfield. O'Donnell and Harrington to the right side. They hand off to Saviano, wrapped up immediately. Nice job in the backfield that time. Coming from the backside was number 33, Joseph Clayton. Great job by Clayton.
So what we saw in week 1, Todd, against Solario is the Dolphins were not afraid to blitz their outside linebackers on multiple plays, and that's what you saw that time. We had linebackers coming from the weak side. Saviano tried to come to the Dolphins sideline, but he was pursued and brought down.
Lose yardage back to the 24, a loss of 2, so it's 2nd down and 12. Same formation with Newton and O'Connell now to the right side. Glasgow takes a step forward, hands to Saviano, gets through the first layer, wrapped up immediately by number 6.
Yeah, right into the game, Alex Dale.
Alex Dale. That's sophomore. He'll get back past the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a 3rd down and call it 9. The ball rests at the 28-yard line. It's 3rd and 8. So the Grizzlies looking for their second offensive possession. Don't want to go 3 and out like they did in the first one. Faced with long yardage. Mchale's sliding over to the right side. Glasgow looking that way, throwing way out of bounds, incomplete. Ooh. Jahari Walker was close.
Unnecessarily lost his place on the field a little bit.
O'Connell had the opportunity, but that'll bring up a 4th down in a punting situation, I would assume, once again, for the Grizzlies.
So see what happens with the punt, Todd. There's a potential here. They get great field position again. Now the Grizzlies look like they might be lining up to go for it here.
Yeah, they might, but back at your own 27, 28-yard line, that's a little bit risky early on. 1:08 remaining here in the first quarter. Tony Basario is trying to work out that left ankle. Frank Skotanis is moving his leg, which is good to see. So, again, that modified quick kick kind of goes up.
Safe.
Everybody get it out of it. It bounces at the 46, takes a Dolphin roll, and will be down at about the 42, 43-yard line. So great field position once again for the 3rd offensive possession for the Whitney Young Dolphins. They'll start at their own 42-yard line.
Now this will be the big test, Todd, right here with the running back out and Sam Wyatt back there, and Tommy Basario still on the sideline. Tommy's going to go pick up his helmet. So it looks like he might try and get in on this series, but will not be in on this first play.
Trucking in is Zion Nichols.
So Sam Wyatt still in the backfield.
Forensic out to the left side, and there comes Racklaw to the left side as well. Ball in the right hash for Mchale under center. 2 in the backfield. Wyatt dots the I, takes the shoulder, puts it down, gets to the 40.
So a lot more aggressive running right now from Wyatt than we saw in week 1. He only had 3 carries, but he danced around a little bit. His first 2 carries a day have been straightforward, 2 hands on the ball, looking for the big pickup. Tommy Basario back in the game at his left tackle position.
Saviano with the tackle that time for the Grizzlies. And I think, a touchdown will help you make you go north and south a little bit.
Yeah, it would. So a little change in the Grizzlies defense, Todd. It looks like they're back to their 3-4 with Graziano back. Now, see, he's playing around a little bit.
Yep.
He's trying to find a gap to shoot. Now he's up on the line.
Mchale making the call.
Sam Wyatt jumped.
Got a little too happy feet back there for number 8. So that'll back him up 5. It'll still be second down with 13.1 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Exciting first quarter action, Chicago Public League football right here on the Whitney Young YouTube channel.
So I didn't get them all, Todd, but there was more than one Sunday football game today. I know there was one out in the suburbs, and I think schools are just trying to get in games as best they can against whatever opponent will show up. No, that is the end of the quarter.
That'll do it for the quarter. We'll flip sides as Tony Basario is still a little ginger on that right ankle, but still it's good to see him back out there. And now Coach Fingers talking to Frank Skatanis in the north end zone, or near the north end zone, off to the side. But we got a little bit of a crowd here today too, Tony. It's good to see. Even with the restrictions, I mean, if your kids play and you want to see them play, you'll do whatever you can.
Everybody gets the end zone shot.
Gets the end zone shot and seeing what's going on. But, you got to make do. We're all making do in these challenging times. And just to get one quarter in, it's just
right. It's
great.
an accomplishment, right?
And for us to get up is kind of a positive thing as well. So, again, thanks, ladies and gentlemen, for sticking with us. We had some technical difficulties. Tony did his yeoman's work to try to get this thing to work week 1 against Solario, but new computer, all the technology.
All I hear is excuses, Todd, right now.
That locks you down, that you can't get it. You can't have security and safety, but we got it running this week, and we're glad you're with us.
Great. So I'm blaming Steve Jobs, who hasn't been around for, 5 years now?
That's fair enough.
But we were talking, Todd. We were talking about teams are. If you look at Twitter, as teams have to go into COVID protocol and different things like that, you see coaches asking for games all over the place. And Friday we saw what in a normal season would have been an epic game. Phillips, the CPS powerhouse, traveled all the way up to Wilmette and took on probably the best team in the state right now, Loyola. Unfortunately, that game wasn't close, but you'd like to see more games like that where Phillips can play some top-notch competition.
Mchale drops back, looks left, lets it go. He's got a man open. It's Hood. Hood can't come up with the catch at the 35-yard line. Juggled it out there. Pressure that time by Velasquez.
Did that get tipped, Todd, or did that just come out a little bit funny?
I think it came out a little bit funny. Velasquez was given pressure that time for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, not really a clean pocket yet for Mchale. He's been scrambling, run around. So credit to this Grizzly defensive line. Keep in mind, Todd, these kids, both teams only had 3 practices in the last 2 weeks, physical practices. So,
I was trying to go through when Coach Finger was talking in our interview about the remote practices. I'm like, it just doesn't make sense. Third down, lot doesn't make sense. Mchale, here comes pressure from Graziano, trips him up and drags him down at the 48-yard line. A couple old buddies there.
Yeah, they're just they're blitzing Elliott, they're blitzing Graziano every time, Todd. And they held up pretty well that time. It was just a second surge by 55 that got them through. So the Dolphins might have to look for some quicker routes. They have a height advantage against the defensive backs for Walter Payton High School. So we'll see what adjustments to make on that. And now as the Grizzlies get the ball back, they're going to have to change some stuff up too.
Lozano back to punt. Again, they're moving guys around left to right. Hood comes to the right side again. I don't know that I actually like that, just to be honest, but there's a good snap. Lozano mishandles the ball, and he puts a knee down, and the ball will be down right there at the 44-yard line. Pressure that time by number 52, Christian Sanchez.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. It looked like the ball just slipped out of his hand there, Todd. He was going for a point kick or something, something that we see on Sundays, and the ball just kind of rolled out of his hand. So we flipped the field here for the Payton Grizzlies. Now they have the ball on the Dolphin 44-yard line to get this thing started.
With 10:37 remaining here in the first half, the Whitney Young Dolphins up 6-0 over the Walter Payton Grizzlies. We'll flip the card. Eamon Glascott will bring the Grizzlies to the line.
So Basurio right underneath us, Todd, not in on defense. So you have Leto at defensive end, a position he hasn't played much, to say the least.
Newton and O'Connell to the left side.
Yeah, we have motion on the Grizzlies this time because of the faked blitz.
Pressure that time by Dale, I believe. No, Clayton, Joseph Clayton.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put that there.
Oh, no, that's cool. I can see. Yeah, it was Danny O'Connell who flinched on the blitz attempt. So now you have 1st and 15. Still first down. Still first down. We got the chain gang over here.
There you go. I get it.
Yep. Chain gang volunteers, and that's the other problem with the short season, Todd. The parent volunteers we use for the chain gang don't really have a lot of practice here, only in week 2.
So Glascott in the shotgun. Hands off to Saviano. Saviano bulls ahead, spins ahead to the 45-yard line.
Just the way he runs so aggressively, Todd, you're waiting for him to break one. He's been running into the line so far.
Yep.
But you'd think that as they suck the Dolphins linebackers inside, that there might be an opportunity for him to pop outside and break a big one.
Got to get that gang tackling by the guys like Rocky, Lieto, Wortham, and Basurio. But Tommy's still out. He's, as you said, still sitting here in front of us. 2nd down and 11, just under 10 minutes to go here in the first half.
So just the one pass attempt so far for the Grizzlies.
Glascott in the gun. Those 2 receivers to the right are Harrington and O'Connell.
So we have a penalty coming up, Todd. I guarantee it.
And Newton, little pass over the head of O'Connell.
So it'll be interesting, and I'm not sure why the line judge didn't see it over here, Todd. Number 32, who is
Dawson.
He was lined up as a tight end on the line of scrimmage, and O'Connell had him covered up. So as they both went out, that should have been a illegal man downfield penalty against Payton. But as it is, you'll probably take the incomplete pass, make it 3rd down and 11 right here.
So the Grizzlies looking to avoid need to pick up a first down. Really haven't had much opportunity here.
I don't think you're going to see a punt here, Todd. So this is 2 down. 2 Saviano carries, I think, coming up right here.
Saviano just directly to the left of Glascott. They flare him out here to the side. He's going to go that way. A little wheel route like you talked about, Tony. Caught and completed. Yeah. Still not enough for a first down.
It's just tough for anybody to cover that, Todd, especially since you have an inexperienced linebacker for Whitney Young and a senior running back there for the Dolphins or for the Grizzlies.
Got to the 35. They needed the 34, so it's going to be 4th down and 1.
So I'm gonna go out on a limb here, Todd, and say 28's getting the football.
Think 20's going to get the football, Tony?
Yeah.
Joe Saviano, 6 foot, 205-pound senior. He steps off to the right side of his quarterback, Eamon Glascott. A little bit of a high snap. They hand it to him. Gets a push. First down. Gets to the 2nd level. Still untouched. Looks off to the left side. Knocked out of bounds. Finally, I think you called it, Tony. That time, Dex Harris and Jalen Carr finally pushed him out of bounds. He needed one. He got a whole bunch down to the 15-yard line. That's a first down.
Yeah, that you could just see that coming, Todd. The way he runs, the aggressiveness with which he runs. As soon as he broke out of some of those arm tackles, there was nobody on the outside to bring him down except the sideline.
20-yard pickup on the play. So it's 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. They have the ball on the left hash, moving to the north from the south. Receivers to the right. Saviano in the backfield. They hand off to him again. Somebody lost a helmet. That's Leto.
Need to tighten that stress. So he's going to have to come out.
Yeah.
So we'll see who goes. David Wortham goes back in, number 67.
Noel Real with the tackle that time.
So big stop right there, right at the line of scrimmage. It's a 3-yard loss on that play, Todd. So when they're getting a little bit of penetration, they're able to keep Saviano under control. They just need to bring their arms when they tackle him.
So getting his first opportunity now is Malik Amos. Amos on the defensive
He's another
tackle.
big body, Todd. So
now Saviano. They've got the H-back of Dawson right behind the guard tackle on the left side. Saviano is directly behind him to Eamon's left. They go back with a counter to the right, and he puts that head down, wrapped up immediately by number 9, Amos.
it's a way to make an impression when you get in a game, right?
Yeah. Introduce yourself. There
So
comes
still
Leto.
3rd and 8, Todd?
They spot the ball. I can't tell if it's at the
Looks like the 13.
13-yard line, so yeah.
Yeah, we'll go 3rd and 8. So, again, 2-down territory. We're not going to kick a field goal here. 8 minutes left in the second quarter. Fans getting a little rowdy at the,
At the
south end of the end zone.
South end of the end
I
zone.
think that could have been Mrs. Finger, the coach's mom.
So once again, 3 receivers deployed, 2 to the left, short side of the field, 1 to the right. Saviano in the backfield. There's the fake. Glasgow rolls to his right. Pressure in the end zone, looking for a man. Incomplete. He had a wide open Charlie Newton back there.
Just wrong shouldered him, Todd. Newton was looking inside for that, and the ball went outside. Mchale is the free safety, was trying to get over there, which is probably what the quarterback saw, and the receiver didn't. So here you go. Big 4th down here for the Dolphins, big 4th down for the Grizzlies. This would be a big stop after the muffed punt. Oh, they are going to kick a field goal, Todd. See how much I know? Once again, I feel like Coach Kilmer's here. Where's Coach Kilmer?
I was going to invite him today. Thomas Malicio in to attempt what is a 35-yard field goal attempt just inside the left hash. Snap is back. The hold is down. The kick is up, end over end, and it is off to the left. No good.
Huge defensive stand there for the Dolphins. Huge defensive stand. 1st and 10 on the 15, Todd, after a big run by your Grizzly running back. You would think they'd have a little bit of momentum. 2 big defensive stops on runs, and then that missed pass, and you get a missed field goal. So great stop. So now the field is still flipped, so the Dolphins have to do something here with Sam Wyatt, or they got to figure out a way to give Mchale a little bit of time to throw the ball.
Looks like Frank's got some ice on that left knee, but it's still 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. 7:41 remaining here in the first half. The Dolphins with their 3rd offensive possession, and they're missing a left guard, or excuse me, right tackle, that is. Kale gives him the play.
Yeah, so injuries are messing with the personnel, Todd.
They take the snap, hands off to Wyatt. Wyatt north and south, gets about 4 yards. In on that tackle was number 88 again. That was, I got to get my numbers right. Velasquez. Gain of 4 on the play to the 24, 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, great block there by the offensive line. Danny O'Connell was blitzing in, and he just got shoved to the outside to give Wyatt room to get up the middle and pick up 4 yards. So 4 yards at a chunk you take all day long, Todd.
Exactly.
Woody hates football since we're going back to the 70s.
Going way back. Yeah, Harold Carmichael. Racklaw goes in motion left to right. Sets up to the right side. Mchale hands off to Wyatt again into the pile. He goes. Not much doing there. That tackle was Alexander Madura.
So they gave him 2 yards, Todd.
Wow,
Or
give him a
all right,
push.
he earned 2 yards. I hate when I say that.
So
So here you go, 3rd and 4.
at the 26. 6:33 remaining. Clock continues to wind here.
So this would be a big first down if the Dolphins can pick it up. Last week they looked for number 14 Fenzik in this situation. He's 1-on-1 with Newton.
Mchale drops back. Looks left. He's got his receiver. Hood, the freshman, at the 30-yard line. It should have enough for a first down. Depends upon
right
the
on
spot.
the line, right? The ball's going to be touching the line, I think. First down, they're moving the sticks, Todd. So that's what they need, a little short pass. And I think they found something in Anthony Hood, number 17, a freshman. Big touchdown pass in week 1. So there's some weapons. There's some receiver weapons on this team if the Dolphins can give Mchale time. Right now the Grizzlies are only playing one deep safety. They're playing man on everybody else. So with a little bit of time, there's an opportunity. For week 1, they hit a couple seam routes. So look for Racklaw maybe to go right down the seam.
There goes Racklaw to the left side. Short side of the field, ball on the left hash again for Mchale. I formation behind him. The tail of the tandem is Wyatt. Wyatt takes the carry. Straight ahead, puts the knee down. Nice job that time by Sam. Brought down by number 70, which is Christian Alvor.
About 8 yards on the pickup, Todd. That's what you like to see.
Chunk.
Make sure he tucks that ball away a little bit. I'm not sure he was used to seeing that much green in front of him. But now you have some options for the Dolphins. You can open it up. You're at the 39-yard line. Look maybe for a pass here. Last week for week 1, coach was pretty aggressive.
Yep. Second down and short, 2nd and 1.
Maybe they'll take a shot here. You got Anthony Hood 1-on-1 over here on number 9, Charlie Newton.
Forensic.
And the safety's way on the inside hash.
Mchale waves Walker in motion. Sets him up on the right side. Takes the snap, turns, gives to Wyatt. Wyatt with the push. Yeah, he's got a first down.
There you go. A lot of motion.
On that tackle.
For a high school team, the Dolphins have a lot of motion. They're moving a lot of people around. Keeps the defense guessing about what's going to happen. And the Payton defense has been on the field for a long time here, Todd.
Graziano and Dawson in on that last tackle.
In the first half. Their longest drive was the last one. But previous to that, they had 2 3-and-outs.
But on a short field, too.
Yeah, so if the Dolphins can keep the ball here, a lot of guys for both teams going both ways, but it's a lot more fun to be on offense. Yeah, confusion. You have 2 running backs in the backfield that haven't played a whole lot.
Yep. And your quarterback's got to fix the shoulder pad of your running back. All good. Mchale goes under center, gives to Wyatt. Wyatt spins. Lucky he did not. He got back to the line of scrimmage that time.
Yeah, Basario's back out there, Todd. He had a big block down the field, but that ankle is no good. Yeah. He's limping right now. You just wonder that he might be able to make it the next 3.5 minutes of the first half, but you sit down for 18 minutes at halftime, that thing's going to stiffen up on you.
Yeah. So it'll be 2nd down and 9, 3:33. Clock continues to wind here. Ball rests at the 42-yard line here at the Mchale Obama Athletic Complex, the campus of Whitney Young High School. 3 receivers deployed this time from Mchale to the right side. Hood, the solo man, to the left side, the freshman. Walker, Racklaw, and Forensic to the right. Mchale, 3-step drop. Here comes the pressure. Little dump pass. Picked off. Picked off by number 7, Glascott. So a quarterback to quarterback, and that's going to give the ball to the Grizzlies.
Yeah, Mchale tried to dump the ball over Amon's head, but at 6'2" and long arms, that wasn't going to happen.
So the ball goes over to the Grizzlies with 3:03 remaining here in the first half. They'll have it at the Young 36-yard line.
So good field position again. The passing game hasn't worked so far for the Grizzlies, but we saw it in week 1. Late in the first half, the Grizzlies gave up a huge running play. So you got to make sure you find the ball and wrap up Saviano.
Yeah, don't want to get him with a head of steam rolling. So Newton and O'Connell here to the left side, near side of the field. Wide side of the field, our side. Takes a snap. Saviano goes to the right side, short side. Gets that full head of steam and puts the shoulder into it. He's got a first down and more. Down to about the 21-yard line.
And a full complement of tight end timeouts for the Grizzlies, too. Clock will stop on that first down with 2:57. But I think that in my memory, that was the first time that the Grizzlies ran to the right, Todd. They had tried middle and left.
They got a 14-yard pickup on that last run by Saviano. 2:45 remaining. Plenty of time. Looking for the equalizer. They're going that short side of the field again, or setting up with the wide side to the left, short side to the right. See what they do this time. They fake it. Glasscott pulls it out of the belly of Saviano and takes it himself. He'll get inside the 20, down into the red zone at the 18-yard line.
So, Todd, something to watch on that play. Saviano came out of that holding his ankle. So, I'm not sure. It might have been Lieto that came up and got him, but he rolled his ankle a little bit. So he waved to the sideline that he was
Fine.
okay. But a big 5-yard pickup, changing it up a little bit on the Dolphins.
2 minutes to go. 6-0 the score. Young with the lead. Payton threatening. Glasscott sets up. Calls for the snap. Hands off to Saviano. Goes to that right side. And again on that tackle, Alex Dale.
Great play by him, Todd. He said he was able to set the edge on that play, which he didn't do. Timeout Grizzlies. Which he didn't do on the first play of that series, which allowed Saviano to get outside. That time he forced him back inside where he's got tons and tons of help. So
spotted at the 13. It's going to be shy of a first down by a yard, so it'll be 3rd down and 1 when play resumes after the first time out by the Walter Payton College Prep Grizzlies.
So interesting game. Everything we thought. Without practice, Todd, it's probably a lot easier to play defense than it is offense.
Yep. Offense takes more timing, more precision route running, blocking schemes and whatnot. Defense, you're just going after the ball. Well, not just. But if the young Dolphins can come up big here and keep Payton out of the end zone.
Yeah, you got to think that the Grizzlies are going to look to keep the ball on the ground. Their passing game has not been
right.
effective. Not a ton of pressure by the Dolphins in the passing game. But number 7 has not been Glasscott has not been accurate with his passes. He had some receivers.
Yep.
But, passing game for either team not very effective today. You can tell just the difference in defenses between the two teams that they faced in week one.
So let's reset for you. 1:32 remaining here in the first half. 6-0 is the score. It's 3rd down and 1 at the 13-yard line for the Grizzlies. Want to keep this drive alive. Need to pick up that 1 yard. Glasscott calls his own number, goes to the right side. Ball's in the air. Big man, numbers 89, comes up with the jump ball. That's Lieto. And just like that, a couple of turnovers. The Whitney Young Dolphins get a break.
So we talked about Tyson Lieto a little bit before we went on the air. He was a basketball player this year, Todd. Came out after the basketball season, and I'm not sure if he's played football elsewhere. He hasn't played football for the Dolphins, but went up and got high-pointed that rebound on that play. A little tough to see who made the big hit on Glasscott
I didn't see that
on the far side, but huge play for the Dolphins because he had the first down. Ball popped up about 6 or 7 feet in the air, and big Tyson Lieto went up and got it.
And being 6'7",
Coach Slaughter would be very proud right now.
Exactly. So it's 1st and 10 for the Dolphins at their own 10-yard line.
See what they do with a minute and 25 left.
And a full complement of timeouts as well. Mchale hands off to Wyatt. Wyatt falls ahead to about let's see where they're going to spot it. Yard maybe.
Since my powers of procrastination, yeah, that's the wrong word. That's Freudian. Prognostication are always wrong. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Finger does here. The Grizzlies don't seem interested in using their 2 timeouts.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that without a first down here that the Dolphins will try and do anything crazy. They've escaped 2 situations inside their own 20-yard line. So maybe you just get to halftime, regroup, figure out what you need to do offensively, and go from there.
Missed field goal and then a fumble inside the 10.
So it looks like Mchale's waiting for the back judge to give him the 10-second warning on the play clock.
With a glance to the eyes, they take it. Oh. Wyatt runs into Mchale. A little confusion in the backfield.
Now they're going to take a timeout.
Now they're taking timeout with 21.7 seconds exactly.
Yeah, so that was the miscommunication. Sam, being the backup quarterback, Mchale thought he was going to break that off to the offensive right side. Wyatt thought he was going to the offensive left side.
Bang. Second timeout by the Grizzlies.
So
with 21.7 ticks to go.
So it's interesting. I'm not sure why the Grizzlies didn't call a timeout after that first play.
Yeah.
They allowed 40 seconds to run off the clock because the first punt we saw from the Dolphins wasn't very effective at all.
No.
So here you'll get a timeout with.
Well, neither one of the punts were. One was effective, but
Well,
wasn't.
the first was not pretty but effective. The second was
a 25-yard roll, but the second was just a muff.
Yeah. So here you go. You'll take another timeout with 15 or 16 seconds left. The punt will take 10 seconds or so.
Yeah. Ball rests at the 9-yard line.
I mean, you tell your punter just catch it and kick it. And again, you go back to the fact that Skotanis is the long snapper.
Exactly. That's exactly where we're going to go. So can Mchale come up with something to maybe a Walker or a Hood?
Something safe. I mean, Hood's got his defender 10 yards off.
There you go, the counter to Wyatt, and Graziano's there on the tackle along with Dawson.
Yeah, so 15.6 seconds left, Todd. You'll get another Dolphin down? No, just fixing his socks.
Fixing his shoe. I think he's got to do the long snapping, doesn't he? Timeout called, so that's the third and final timeout by the Grizzlies.
And you've seen what the Grizzlies have done on their punts. They shorten up that snap to almost a shotgun snap.
Yeah, right.
But you're telling your punter to get that out of there. And on the other sideline, the Grizzlies are telling whoever's going to go back, you got to get that ball. You can't let it roll.
Yeah.
And you have to get it and just fall on it, stop the clock, so you have a little bit of time.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, the ball's at the 11-yard line. Lozano's going to be in the end zone. So it's got to be a relatively good snap, and he can't mishandle it like he did the last time. Or
you can't go rugby, because last time he looked like he was trying to give a little bit of rugby look, and the ball just slipped out of his hand. So here you're catch and kick with no timeouts for the Grizzlies. You really can't take advantage of Saviano. You're going to you have maybe two opportunities to throw the ball.
And the guy who was fixing his shoe is the one who's going to be doing the snapping. See, all this movement when when you're punting, I don't understand.
When you got a snapper standing over the ball, you're not so sure about it.
It looks like Coach Finger's going to try to
give him 5 yards.
He's got a timeout to call. This is a long play.
So in here at the Mchale Obama Sports Complex, there is no play clock.
There's no play clock.
So you depend on the back judge to hold his arm up when there's 10 seconds left on the play clock. So as soon as he held his arm up, then Coach Finger called the timeout. But even if you got that jump off sides, it's currently 4th and 9.
Yeah.
You're still going to have to punt the ball. I mean, it would give you 5 extra yards, but Coach is just extending the drama a little bit here.
Right, and hence the movement that I didn't like on a punting situation. You got Hood moving, running 50 yards to the sideline to try to draw somebody off, and it's only going to get you the 5, which doesn't pick up the first down. But
so you got two.
You got timeouts. You can't take them with you, right, Tony?
So we need a good snap, good kick. The Grizzlies need to not let the ball roll around a lot, and short tackling by the Dolphins. So lots of things going on in this play.
Newton and O'Connell are very short. They're at the 35-yard line. Again, 15.6 seconds remaining here in the first half. Good snap. Good kick by Lozano that time over the head of Newton, and it rolls out of bounds at about the 46-yard line of the Grizzlies. So with 6.4 seconds, all that drama probably for naught.
Great punt.
Lozano coming back with a great punt.
Great punt. What happened? What we said couldn't happen for the Grizzlies happened. Ball went over the head, rolled. So you probably got time for one short pass if you want to pick up a little bit of yardage, but all fly. See if you can get a pass interference penalty maybe. 6.4 seconds, no timeout, so the ball can't be caught in bounds.
So the Grizzlies offense back out.
So you can hear the defensive coaches yelling at the safeties to back up.
Mchale, the free safety, stands at about the 20-yard line. He's still directing up front. Racklaw. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right.
If I were Mchale, I'd back up.
Little deep pass, looking down the sidelines to number 9, incomplete. Still 1.9 ticks remaining.
Get to go one more time. That was a great pass, and that was open.
Timing pattern.
Yeah, that ball was open. Decent coverage, but there was a window there.
Newton was covered by Hood, the freshman, and Hood is impressive, man.
He's quick.
He's going step for step, and
he got his shoulders turned, got his hips turned. He was looking back. He knew where the ball was. So
looking into the sun too.
Yeah. So and you were talking about numbers earlier, Todd. Great thing for the Dolphins this year is they have 13 freshmen on this roster. So kids that haven't even been in the school yet are in their second football game.
They'll get their opportunity on Monday, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Schools are open back up. Or hybrid.
So if I were Mchale, I'd be backing up.
You want to say that a little louder?
Back up. Well, he'll hear me on tape. It'll be fine.
Glasscott takes the snap, steps back, rolls to his right. There comes Lato, throws over to the flat, incomplete, and that's the end of the first half. Good pressure that time by Tyson Lieto. So halftime rolls around.
A defensive struggle.
It is 6-0.
Fans are going crazy in the south end zone, Todd.
Got some balloons down there. I can't tell who they're for because they're both orange and blue.
Yeah, well, for everybody.
For everybody. It's just
it's what we do, Todd.
Out doing a game.
We got it for everybody.
The only score came with 3:34 remaining in the first quarter, an 8-play, 46-yard drive. Took 5 minutes and 6 seconds off the clock. Sam Wyatt with a 5-yard touchdown run for the Dolphins. The extra point was missed. 6-0 is our score at half. And that gives us an opportunity to think of some of the things that are going on, like the Whitney Young Spring Bash.
Like everything this year, Todd, it's still going to be virtual. So it was virtual last year. It was virtual this year. But what's really important about the Spring Bash is that it's an opportunity for everybody to give to their favorite program inside of Whitney Young. So it benefits not just the school, but every individual program. So you can donate items for the silent auction, and you can say this item is for the football program, or this item's for the swim team or the dance team. There's an opportunity to have virtual drinks and dinner with Dr. Kenner, the principal.
Excellent.
So it's a great event. Unfortunately, it's the second year in a row that it is virtual, but it's super important for the school and for the program that everybody participate and give a little something. If you can donate an item for the silent auction, if you can buy a ticket, there's raffle tickets available this year. 3 prizes. I think they're all modes of transportation. One's not a car. I think it's scooter, bike, and then little tiny push scooter that you would look really good on.
Excellent.
But the proceeds, 80% of the proceeds go. You can dictate to the football team again, to the dance team, wherever you want to go, to the academic decathlon team and their 35 championships.
The chess team with top 1 or 2 in 10 of the last 15 years. So So you can go to friendsofwhitneyyoung.org and check that out if you are so interested. And then there's also a football webpage on there if you just want to donate some money to the football team. One of the things that's happened this year with no fans is we lose all the admissions that we normally get. I know Coach Finger was talking about we're in the process. We have to buy all new helmets because they have reached their 10-year lifetime limit. They need some new equipment. They always need uniforms. So anything that anybody out there that's listening can donate to the football program, because they just didn't have a chance to do any fundraising this year. No car washes, no candy bar sales, no whatever, no Christmas wrapping paper, whatever we do. So, but yeah, it's interesting times, but it's great that we have a half of football in. Hey, we got 1.5 in, so that's, and the kids are regrouping. Frank Skatanis is down there, I think, with his dad. Still with the ice on the knee, hoping that's just a bruise or a sprain or a tweak, just a tweak. certainly would hope he gets back for next week, and is along with Christopher Vasquez. I don't know, is he due back next week?
I'm not sure what the
status of his
injury.
Yeah.
What he's doing.
Both teams now on their respected sidelines.
Yeah, you can't go back into the locker room. You can't. This is like Pee Wee football. You just go to the sideline. Hopefully somebody brought oranges, and you have a little water, and you figure it out.
What's interesting is the entire Whitney Young coaching staff is still right here, kind of getting their just at about the 40-yard line on our sideline, on their sideline, and kind of getting their ideas together, second half adjustments of what they're doing before they go back and talk to them. And
you always have to have a next man up mentality, especially in this COVID era. But the Whitney Young Dolphins have taken some injuries in this first half. You lost your starting center before the game started. Your left tackle is gimpy at best. Your starting running back is got ice on his knee and looks like he's out for the day. And the issue with the numbers that we have in high school football, even though there's 48 kids dressed today for Whitney Young, Frank is the starting running back and starting linebacker. Tommy Basario is the starting left tackle and the starting defensive lineman. So when you get one guy that goes down with an injury, you actually get two guys that go down with an injury. So, but it's a great opportunity. It gives us a chance. There's a lot of great kids on both teams. These kids are high academic performers. They come out here and play football because they love the game. But earlier this year, Todd, Jalen Aguilar, who's an offensive defensive lineman for the Whitney Young Dolphins, was recognized by the Chicago Bears for the volunteer work that he does. He was a community high school all-star for the Bears. I think there was 4 or 5 kids that they recognized throughout the Chicagoland area.
Wow.
And the reason he did that is because of the positive impact he has on his school and his community. And what Jalen was doing was he was taking all of his spare time and working with immigrants who were studying to take the naturalization test, bringing in supplies, helping them with their English, working on the test so they could become United States citizens. So congrats to him, and thanks to the Chicago Bears for recognizing all the hard work that Jalen did.
Yeah, Jalen, the 5'9", 237-pound senior, doing it both offensively and defensively on the field, and then obviously what's most important is what's off the field and all that giving back that we've seen a lot of throughout the last 13, 14 months. It's been a challenge for everybody, but again, you can tell the passion, the pride of both these programs wanting to be out here. Again, we didn't even know till Thursday
that this was going to be a game,
that this was going to happen, and it took a lot of
arm twisting.
Arm twisting, is that the right?
I know Dr. Kenner, our principal at Whitney Young, stepped in and talked to people at CPS, and I'm sure her counterpart, and I apologize for not knowing who the principal at Payton is, stepped in and worked to get things going on their end. So
to find a way to make it happen. And again, you're now running into the normal spring sports that are taking up field time, and Lane Stadium. There are a lot of things that go on at Lane Stadium.
Right, not just Lane Sports. That's a Park District facility. So you have soccer, boys soccer, girls soccer, boys lacrosse, girls lacrosse.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what else.
Football. Try to throw
football,
that
right? You
there.
got some football going on. So
I think we've got an interview. Would you like? Let's do the interview.
We had a chance before the game to talk to senior co-captain Richie Racklaw, number 7, about what this COVID time has been like for him. So
let's hear it, Richie.
By Coach Dan Finger of the Whitney Young Dolphins. Coach, big win 3 weeks ago, big program win. What did that mean to you and the guys?
It was just great to get out here.
Did somebody just hit him low? Yeah, he said he's on the pylons. All right, we're joined here today by senior captain Richie Racklaw. Richie, it's been a long, strange year. How did you keep you and your teammates motivated throughout the pandemic?
Well, I just kept telling them, and I kept telling myself, we got to stay hopeful. We got to hope for the best. It's an uncertain year, but we got to control what we can control and just hope for the best. And that's what happened. We got a game. So.
And obviously, coming into week 1, you had a huge program victory, huge victory for you guys against Hilario. What did you think going into that game? How'd you feel coming out?
Going into that game, we were excited. We were real excited. We've been waiting for 18 or so months. The guys were fired up. We were really excited to get that game in, and I'm glad we came away with the win.
Awesome. So big game this week against Payton. Last year we went to Lane Stadium and took a bit of a beating. How do you feel about what's going to happen this afternoon?
Coach, not only that, but my freshman year we lost 49-zip too. So, you know, it's a business trip. It's always a business trip, but this one's personal for me, I got to say.
Awesome. So, Richie, you got 2 more games. You got about 11 more weeks of Whitney Young. What are your plans for next year?
I'm hoping to go to a great academic, rigorous college, you know. And I'm going to, you know, support the Dolphin football family long after my high school career.
Richie, thanks a lot. Good luck out there today.
Thanks.
You know, it's great to hear kids talk. They just, you know, they got all the cliches too.
Right. They're ready, man. They've been listening for a long time. So just slightly less cynical than you and I are at times.
Exactly. But it's, you know, Richie's an integral part of the program right now, and obviously, you know, the giving back. You know, when you talked about us doing this, Tony, you said that there's a lot of alumni that have been involved, and we kind of talked a little bit about it with some folks a couple of days ago, and you know, just. You know, that's the kind of thing you have to have, and especially in a city like Chicago that's so big. I mean, we're used to seeing it in a much different microcosm in Indiana where, you know, it's a community. I mean, it's truly a community, but these kids come from every zip code in the city. And, you know, trying to have that type of community and this type of program and building, you know, what Coach Finger's trying to build, that takes a lot of folks like you that, you know, that say, hey, I'm going to go do this.
Right. And it is cool that you know that the opposite, the juxtaposition of going to Northern Indiana and those kids have all played together since Pee Wee football. What you get when you come out here today, especially 2 schools like Whitney Young and Payton, is these kids went to grade school together.
Right.
They played Pee Wee football together, and now they're on opposite sides of the team or opposite sides of the field. And this is one of those games, despite the way CPS is structured, that you'd like to see become a rivalry game.
Right.
You'd like to have, because there's not many rivalry games inside of CPS. There's a couple. Phillips, Simeon are
right.
dominant programs and can play in any given year, can play with anybody in the state.
Yep.
But other than that, there's not a lot of rivalries out there. So you'd like to see Whitney Young be able to play Lane Tech every year, play Payton every year, figure out how to make the schedule work with keeping the competitive balance that CPS tries to do. So this is 2 years in a row that we've gotten to play. Hopefully they'll get on the schedule next year. And this can become a thing because, you know, I went to a high school where we had a rivalry game and you still hate those kids that went to the other school, you know, even though you went to grade school with them.
Yeah.
And it's something that these kids will talk about when they're our age, really, really old.
Really old.
But, yeah, you can get it. It's just not another football game. It's a football game against your friends staring at you from the other side of the field.
And that takes on a whole different, you know, not complexity, but a whole different urge to get out there and just like, yeah, I really just want to show him.
Just play, right? Just play.
Just go out and play. But it's been a beautiful, you know, when we heard about this and we heard that practices for football were going to start February 15th. And I think February 15th was that day that we got about
It was. We got a blizzard.
Snow,
absolutely.
Right? A blizzard. So I'm thinking this is just not going to be good. But we have had just a spectacular day here today. The sun is now back out shining. A little bit breezy, but perfect football weather. The kids are, you know, they're staying well hydrated thanks to the coaches and making sure that that's, you know, an integral part of what's going on. We want to thank you, the listeners and viewers of Whitney Young football, for joining us and, you know, making this a reality. It's come a long way. We've troubleshot this to death, and luckily we figured it out. So, and that's mostly due to Mr. Mchale here. And I wanted to say a personal thank you for letting me coming along and having
Dude, without
some
your
fun
tones and play-by-play, it would be me going,
There's no tones here. There's just now here's a good sign. Frank's gonna. You talk to Mr. Scatan.
Yeah, it's, you know, there'll be an MRI tomorrow, and we'll see what happens.
So he's, but they are going to get a couple of the players and get him down right here, closer to in front of us. So that's a positive.
But so Todd, we talked about chess and academic decathlon earlier in the game. Couldn't find anything on the swimming team, so congratulations to them for having a season and all the hard work they did. But Whitney Young has great boys and girls basketball. So just a little bit about what they did this year. Coach Slaughter led his team to a 15-1 record. Wow. There was even one Saturday where I think he played a a doubleheader. He had a league CPS Red Northwest Conference game in the afternoon, and they played, or in the morning they played Ignatius in the afternoon. So, but a special shout out to junior AJ Casey. He was named All-State Player this week.
Wow.
He averaged 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists in those 16 games. And then joining him on the All-City team was junior Xavier Amos. So they have a coach always has a bright future, but they have a bright future next year. Special mention for the boys All-City from the Chicago Sun-Times, Grant Newell and Jay-Sean Thomas. So great effort by those guys, 15-1. And not to be outdone, the girls basketball team went undefeated in the Red Northwest Conference. I had an opportunity to see them play Lane Tech, and boy, were they good. Unfortunate this year that there was no state championship because they had an amazing team. They were led by senior Tamia Ware, who has verbally committed to continue her basketball career at LSU.
Wow.
So yeah, no messing around. So congratulations to the boys and girls basketball program on great seasons. I know the baseball season started last week. They start their CPS season, and I know Coach Cassidy has high expectations because in 2019, I believe they won the city and went fairly far in the state playoffs. Softball in 2019 lost in the semifinals, I think. So they 2 more powerhouse programs for Whitney Young, and the future's bright for this football team too.
Yep. Thanks to Dr. Kenner again. Starts and stops with her, but all these programs, all these extracurriculars that are provided to kids, gives them something to do so that they can express themselves, and gives them an outlet and an out and an opportunity to be part of a team and understand what that means, and it's all part of the growth process. So again, thanks so much to all the teams, all the coaches, all the volunteers, all the parent volunteers that are out trying to help and making sure that everything gets taken care of. And special thanks to Coach Finger for making this, giving us the access and the availability to him so that we can bring you the game. So
good news, Todd. We're still on the air after the first half. Just checking in with everybody. Oh, all right. So while we have 2 minutes and 45 seconds, I have a confession.
Okay.
I need to be honest with you about something.
All right.
So all these games we've done in Northwest Indiana.
Yes, sir.
I've told you my mom was listening.
Yeah.
I don't really think my mom was listening, but today,
Mrs. Mchale is listening.
My mom's listening.
Mom Mchale.
Hi, Mom. Hope everything is good. My dad's watching too, so
I think my mom's watching too.
Awesome.
So we got at least
there we go. Got 3 viewers.
I sent a picture of our setup to my mom in East Central Indiana, and she's like, "It doesn't matter what it looks like. It's what you do on the field."
Right, high above Mchale Obama Sports Complex. I think it said we had 265 viewers at one time. So
hey, that's not too bad.
So we're good. But yeah, so my parents are watching in Baltimore with my brothers and sisters to support Patrick and the Dolphins, and thanks to everybody that put up with our lack of Solario broadcast and trusted us again to get out here today.
Yeah, it was a good game to watch too, and you could tell when I met your son after the game before he got to see you. And I thought I was going to do him a favor by breaking him the news that we didn't actually get it on tape. And he's like, "You're kidding, right?"
Right. So we
deadpan Patrick, and I'm like,
so
really
a huge thank you to Solario, because they had their huddle camera up, and they were able to share their game tape with the Whitney Young Dolphins. So instead of us being able to tell a coach how great they did, they actually had some film they could post on Twitter and their huddle accounts for coaches at the next level to see. So
we got another minute, Tony. Let's talk about halftime adjustments. Obviously, both teams were, we saw the young coaching staff here, huddling for about 5 minutes and then breaking off to their respective groups, the offense, the defense. What do you see that Whitney Young needs to do in the second half?
They need to figure out what they can do with their patchwork offensive line. Sam Wyatt running has been fairly effective. Couple big plays. I think that's what they're going to have to stick with. shorter passes. I know that against Solario, Pat Mchale hit some receivers down the field. He had a long of 36 yards. But he just doesn't have the time for that right now.
And he's got to come out from under
And
center.
he's coming out from under center. So, it's a whole different read. It's a whole different thought process of being a quarterback, being under center versus getting the ball and being able to look up right away and make some reads. So they're going to have to figure something out. They really haven't tested the edges of this Grizzly defense. Maybe that's something they look to do. But I think shorter passes, quicker runs. And then on the other side, Saviano is going to be the key to this game. If the Grizzlies can keep him under control and 2 and 3 yard gains, then I think it's a good second half. If he breaks another big play like he did at the end of the second quarter, then it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So the Grizzlies are going to start with the ball. Their passing game has been ineffective. So we'll have to see what Glasgow can do. If he can throw some shorter passes, everything they've thrown has been a little bit deeper too, except for the one. So the 2 big plays they had was the wheel route here to this near sideline, and then the big run by Saviano, both to 28. So we'll see what they can do on this kickoff, where the field position starts. The Dolphins have to be pretty happy defensively, but we'll have to see who comes out and how the linebackers hold up without Skotanis in there. And if they try and continue to be aggressive, there's still been a lot of blitzing by the Whitney Young Dolphins, which I think has successfully disrupted the Payton running game. And we'll see what the Grizzlies do to counteract that.
Glasgow and O'Connell back deep to receive the Lozano kickoff. We are underway here in the second half. End-over-end kick goes to an up man, fumbled, and the Dolphins come up with it. Mishandled by Morrison Jiggets and recovered by, it looks like, Hood, number 17.
All right, so now this is a huge momentum change, quick possession change. See what the Dolphins can do with it. They got the ball on the 31-yard line. They're not going to put it on the big yard line, which they usually do.
Let's drop
So
it down, gentlemen.
30 inside the 32. So call it the 31 for statistical purposes. Huge play, and I saw the Grizzlies working with Jiggets at halftime on some running plays, Todd. So they have confidence in him as a ball carrier, but he just got his elbows separated. The ball hit the ground.
So a big break to start the second half for the Dolphins. Mchale sends Racklaw in motion. Now he sets back up behind Basiriu. They hand off to Wyatt, going that way. Wide open, breaks it to the left side, switches arms, gets down to the 15, still on his feet to the 10, knocked out of bounds by Saviano, but a great run by Sam Wyatt that time inside the 10-yard line. First and goal actually at the 11.
And I'll tell you what, Todd, great block by Richie Racklaw, who was able to turn Danny O'Connell to the outside and let Wyatt have that big hole to the outside. So kudos to him. They were moving Richie around all the first half, and they finally got him on a matchup. Now they have Glasgow on the outside on that far side.
So they got to the 11 on the 20-yard run by Wyatt. It's 1st and 10 at the 11. They go back to Wyatt. Goes to the right side, wrapped up by Saviano and O'Connell that time. Still falling forward, getting positive yardage. Yeah, so
there's some gaps right now in the
down to the 7-yard line, a gain of 4.
In the Grizzly defense. So 2 big chunk runs. You if you're a Payton Grizzly, you had to be fired up. You were ready to go on offense.
Yeah.
You're like going to make a statement. You're going to go down. We're going to take the lead in this game, and all of a sudden you have your back against your own end zone, and the Dolphins have all the momentum.
Hood split way past the numbers on the left side. Ball about in the middle of the field for Mchale. And Wyatt, the lone back. Racklaw now goes to the left side again. Mchale turns, gives to Wyatt. Looks for the end zone. Does he have it? No signal yet.
Might be a first down, though, Todd.
No.
So I think they're going to say inside the 1.
So it's 1st and goal.
But there's success there. So, Todd, what they have is Basiriu and Racklaw on the left side, and there's only now they got Eamon Glasgow back again, but he's getting blocked, and it's open there on the left side.
Is this going to be a Mchale push? It is. Patrick Mchale with the 1-yard touchdown run to extend the lead for the Dolphins, 12-0.
I apologize for the bad camera work there.
Patrick Mchale did it last week, did it this week, or did it the first week. A 1-yard touchdown run into the end zone. And it looks like they're going to go for 2. They'll spot the ball back at the 2.5-yard line. Mchale gets the play in from the the offensive coach?
Coach Lemming.
Lemming. Thank you. Hood to the left. Ferencik to the right. Walker in the slot. Racklaw, the tight end, to the right side. Wyatt in the backfield. Mchale. Little dump pass behind Ferencik, incomplete.
Oh, jeez.
That's okay. It's still a touchdown by the Dolphins.
All right, Todd, the lesson is here. Don't try and do 2 things at one time.
And with 10:30 remaining here in the third quarter, it's 12-0. The Dolphins over the Grizzlies. That was just a 4-play drive. Took a minute and a half off the clock. It was a 1-yard touchdown run by Mchale. Extra point was no good. It's 12-0 Young over the Grizzlies. 10:30 remaining in the third quarter. 31 yards on that drive.
Yeah, so the way to take advantage of the turnover.
Off of the fumbled kickoff. Again, as you said, Tony, it looks looking like the Grizzlies were set up. They were excited on their far sideline, and so they'll do it again, only this time they're down another 6, 12-0.
All right, you can't do social media and film the game at the same time.
Yeah,
so.
I was going to say.
Just for the record. Don't try this at home.
You're good.
Not that
But
good.
they're not that good. Lozano tees it up at the 40-yard line. Approaches the ball. Puts a foot into it. Goes to Glasgow. Catches it high at his head at the 10-yard line. Comes to the middle
It's
field.
open on
Looks
this
to
side.
the left. He's got a bit of a seam at the 30-yard line. Knocked out of bounds at the 40. Good rundown that time by Nate Manocchio. Minocchio. At the 42-yard line. Great return by Eamon
Glasgow.
Eamon Glasgow.
I believe he is of the Glasgow pub Glasgows.
Ah, that Glasgow.
Yeah, so we can have somewhere to go after the game.
Hey, how about that? So, 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies.
Huge drive for Payton right here, Todd.
Yeah, they gotta respond. They gotta take that blow to the chin that was the 31-yard scoring drive. 10:22 remaining in the third. Glasgow snap. Saviano goes to the right side. A lot of east and west. Finally turns it north and south. Sheds a couple of tacklers and finally goes down by the arms of Hood that time at about the 45-yard line.
Big play by Sam Wyatt, number 8, came up from his linebacker spot, Todd, and forced Saviano even further outside, which prevented him from turning it up. So picked up 3, but that's what you have to do. Just keep him under control right now. Make sure he doesn't break anything that flips this field or turns the game around too quickly.
So gain of 3 on the play, 2nd down and 7 at the 45-yard line. Yeah, we didn't get to see much of in the film we saw. There wasn't much passing by the
No
Grizzlies.
need.
No need to.
So this is super wide right here.
Yeah, but way past.
O'Connell comes out wide.
Saviano goes in the middle. Basiriu with the tackle.
That's why you need the big man in the middle right there. That was short tackling. There was no way Saviano was getting out of that and gaining any yards. So no pickup there when Tommy wraps you up. So huge third down, Todd.
3rd and 7 again on the no gain that time by Saviano and the big play by Basiriu.
So you got to look at where's 28 going to go and what route is that. So
yeah,
you got Wyatt on the outside on this side and Dex Harris on the outside on the far sideline. So one of them has to follow 28 wherever he goes.
Yes, he's got to have Somebody
You know,
follow him.
I wouldn't follow anybody but 28. Now they're going to have to see who's on the line of scrimmage here.
Newton to the far side, O'Connell to the near side. They fake, look right, goes right, nearly split the difference. Mchale was there in front of Newton. A little underthrown that time by Glasgow.
So that was the hardest he tried to throw the ball all game, Todd. He tried to hit him, tried to come into the slot, but it was well covered. He had to throw the ball low and away. So not sure what the Grizzlies are going to do.
Glasgow has also been the punter today.
Right. They went into huddle and called a play last time.
Walker's going to stay on the sideline. And if it's a punt,
so Mchale go back. Yeah, they're playing punt safe here. Punt. Blocked.
Little block. Picked up by Hood. Hood gets a couple of yards, but great field position, and Hood looks to be hurt.
Great presence, though. The ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. And, ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, and Hood caught it before it could bounce and roll at all. So.
And Anthony Hood is on the carpet here at Mchale, Obama.
I think he may have gotten the wind knocked out of him, Todd.
I think so, too.
Because as he caught the ball, the Grizzly, I think it was number 9, yeah.
Charlie Newton.
Charlie Newton was right there as Anthony went up, put his arms up, exposed his ribs a little bit, and I think he just got hit. He's up and looks like he's good, but great field position again for the Dolphins.
Yeah, ball at the 47-yard line.
8:27, and they found something in that running game on that first drive. All Sam Wyatt all the time.
8:27, as you said, Tony, remaining here in the third period. Third quarter. 12-0 is the score. So Hood's up, getting some water. Looks like he's going to be just fine. Doesn't really fill out his trousers, you know.
Nah.
Skinny kids.
Freshmen, here's the thing about the freshmen, Todd. They haven't even seen the weight room yet.
That's true.
They have no idea where that is, much less any classroom, which they're going to find out tomorrow. So.
Yeah. So Mchale brings the offense for the Dolphins back out onto the field. They go trips to the left. Solo man to the right side. Here comes Racklaw in motion. Sets up a little bit outside of the left tackle. They go back to Wyatt. Wyatt sheds a tackler, gets to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, so whatever the talk was at halftime, the Dolphins offensive line has taken it to heart and is just moving the defensive line of the Grizzlies back. And the Grizzlies are jumping in and out of a 3-4, 4-3, bringing 5 guys up to the line of scrimmage like they did on the last couple plays of the last drive, trying to confuse the Dolphins. But right now, there's a hat for a hat. And Sam Wyatt's figured out the north and south thing and is picking up huge yards.
Yes, gained 6 on that last play from the 47 to the 47 of the Grizzlies. Now 2nd down and 4. Racklaw in motion, coming back this way. Sets up. Mchale takes a snap, turns, gives to Wyatt. Wyatt steps over a couple of defenders and dives to the first down. He drove right over the top of Glasgow that time, Tony.
Yeah, it looks like what they're doing, Todd, is they're flipping Glasgow back and forth, side to side, and having him stand up as a hybrid defensive end outside linebacker. When he was on the defensive right-hand side on the last couple plays of the last drive, Richie Racklaw was able to block him. And this time the ball went right up the middle, and he had to respond to it and was in a position to tackle Wyatt, but after a 5-yard gain.
My only concern is Richie getting is Wyatt holding on to that football.
Yeah.
He does a good job of switching arms at the right time, but in that transition, I'm a little nervous. 1st and 10. They go back to Wyatt, puts his shoulder down. Good tackle that time by 32. That's Dawson with around the ankles, and O'Connell was up the top.
The Dolphins are just starting to chunk this out, Todd. That was another 5-yard gain, 4.5-yard gain.
Yep, down to the 36.
So right now, if you're the Dolphins, you just keep the ball on the ground. The clock's running. This play will be under 6.5 minutes in the third quarter. Taking a long time to get this play in here, Todd.
Oh, now Wyatt's coming off.
So I'm not 33's going in, I think, is going to be the running back.
That would be Joseph Clayton.
What year is Mr. Clayton, Todd?
Clayton is a freshman.
There you go. So you're going to put the –
You got 2 freshmen out on the field right now.
and you got Leito as the fullback.
Who's a senior with limited football experience. Mchale, under center, takes a snap, goes to Clayton, tries the left side, gets twisted up.
Yeah, fall down.
That was like the turkey wing or the turkey bone at Christmas.
So a little bit of a burst there, Todd. A little different from Wyatt, who's pounding into the line. Clayton had a little burst of speed there. Only a 2-yard gain, but
next man up, right? Down to the 34-yard line, so it'll be a 3rd down and 4. This is the 5th play of the drive for the
so again, a short, maybe short pass. Look for Anthony Hood, just a little curl in. You got Wyatt back out there as the running back. Hood's one-on-one here, Todd. If you get him the ball quickly,
yep.
And O'Connell's 10 yards back.
Yeah, just a little dump pass right there to the near side. They go back to Wyatt. He gets met by a host of Grizzlies, including O'Connell and
88
Graziano.
was there too, yeah. So you got 4th and they're going to give them no gain on that, so you got 4th and 4. So what we're going to do here, Todd,
yes, Tony,
is we're going to try and draw them off sides.
Think you're going to try to draw them off sides?
Yeah, so I'm not sure if we'll go the whole distance and take a timeout, or if they'll try once or twice and then run a play. But
this is like having Chris Giesman in the broadcast booth.
But yeah, we're going to try and draw them off sides here. I'd be surprised if we didn't.
4th and 5 at the 35.
So I don't think you punt here, so you're going to go for it.
Mchale sets up, lets it fly, gets hit as he goes down, and there comes a flag late. With the hit was Matawis Masinski.
To get him in the head, I
think they got him in the head as he's in the motion.
Roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer is going to be the call. Tough kid there. Taking the hit, going to bring up a 1st down.
So there was 2. Graziano was also in the backfield there, so their pass protection suffering a little bit. Graziano's a little bit quicker than any of the offensive line right now. And the problem, though, is for the offensive line is Graziano's jumping around even while the play's being called.
Right.
He's hopping from gap to gap, which is very effective without any practice for the remade offensive line here to pick him up and block him.
Tony Basilio still he's giving it his all with that left ankle. But it's 1st and 10 for the Dolphins at the 25-yard line of the Grizzlies. Racklaw sets up on the left side. They go back to Wyatt. Wyatt goes that way, gets into the secondary before he's even touched, and basically a 10-yard run right there. It's kind of more like a slow trot that he just waltzed right through.
Was going left, cut it back inside. There was nobody there. The other thing that's going to be open right now, Todd, if they so choose, is with those handoffs going left, running behind Basario and Racklaw there, there's a naked boot for Mchale to come back to this side. So if he runs that fake a couple times, then I think that's there if the Dolphins want to keep the ball on the ground. We're under 4.5 in the 3rd quarter.
Got to give it up.
You got a 1st down. So this drive, this series with nothing else happening will take in under 2 minutes in the 3rd quarter.
Mchale goes under center. 2 receivers to the right. Again, Racklaw sets up.
And you got Glasgow on that far side.
Now he sets up on the right side. Wyatt goes right up the middle. That time, big shot by Graziano and Christian Sanchez.
Yeah, I think they've been super effective running on the edges, Todd, getting Wyatt outside, sneaky quick, and they're getting Glasgow blocked, which the Grizzlies are overloading whatever side Glasgow's on. So once you get out there, there's nobody to tackle Wyatt.
9th play of the drive, and now the clock becomes the enemy of the Payton squad, especially if the Dolphins can put a score on here. 2nd down and 10. It's the long handoff to Wyatt. Wyatt does a nice job of stepping through.
Graziano again. I mean, we're not keeping track of stats today, Todd, just because we only have 4 hands. But Graziano has to be in double-digit tackles for what he's doing. He's doing yeoman's work out there.
Graziano and Glasgow on that play, on that tackle. So 10th play of the drive coming up. over 5 minutes, actually over 6 minutes now on this drive alone.
So
remember, it goes back to that roughing call.
Yeah, extended the drive.
Kept the drive alive because it was 4th and 5.
But here's the question: is how much you trust your field goal kicker at this point? 15-0 would be great, but is this 2-down territory where you pin the Grizzlies deep if you don't get the first down?
3rd down and 9. I think you're kicking in. Well, no, the wind is still coming out of the west, towards the east, towards the city. Mchale, here comes the pressure. Does a nice job with his feet. Eludes a couple of tacklers close to the end zone, but he does pick up enough for a first down. Patrick Mchale with the fleet feet. I
will admit that I am somewhat biased here, Todd, but somebody dragged down Elliot Graziano in the line. He was running, and the next thing I know, he was lying on the ground, and it wasn't a block. So it might have been David Wortham from his right guard position, and you know what? It didn't happen because it didn't get called.
Did not get called.
But Elliot was going through that A gap, and somebody dragged him down, allowing Mchale to get to the outside.
Mchale had a 12-yard pickup there on the scramble on 3rd down and 9. He got 12 and a 1st and goal now for the Whitney Young Dolphins. Flag flies prior to the snap on the far sideline.
So it's going to be from the 6. Going back 5.
Backing him up, which does nothing more than
run the clock a little bit more.
Run more clock. But it'll be 1st and goal now at the 7.
Yeah, and with the high school rules, Todd, the clock starts when that ball is spotted after the penalty. So the clock is running. So if the Dolphins end up scoring on this, that just takes another 40 seconds or so off the clock. I can't imagine they're going to the air here. I think you see Wyatt or Mchale run the ball.
They got 2 receivers to the right. Racklaw again sets up on the right side to start off. Now they move.
So he's moving
to the left side. There goes Wyatt with the huge gap right up the left side, looking for the end zone. Oh, the ball was on
came
the
out,
carpet. Ball came out. What are they going to call?
He was in the end zone, though.
Uh-oh, it looks like it's going to go.
Touchback
is the call.
So you called it, Todd. You were worried about how he was carrying the ball. But I got to imagine that he looked like he was in the end zone.
I couldn't tell from here. Jack Dawson came out with that ball. He had to have been hit before, obviously, he got across the goal line, and then the ball goes into the end zone because it's a touchback, and it gives the ball to the Grizzlies at the 20-yard line with 1:04 remaining here in the 3rd.
So that could have put the game away, but now you give the Grizzlies a little bit of new life. So let's see what the defense can do here for the Dolphins. Again, sudden possession change. This is key. Yeah. Now the momentum, you think, lies with Walter Payton.
But they're still 2 scores down.
So you got no corner. Dex has to move over. Harris has to move over.
2 receivers to the right side.
There's a timeout on the field, Todd.
Yeah, timeout called because of personnel issues for the
Payton
Grizzlies.
They couldn't
get everybody out there that
so
they needed.
Good thing because the slot receiver on the Grizzlies sideline side was uncovered. You had Mchale as a safety, but Harris hadn't flipped over to the other side.
So they're just checking, getting the proper personnel out there.
So another injury, Todd, or potential injury is Wyatt is down in front of us, sitting on the bench.
Yeah, so your 2 running backs through 3 quarters.
Right again, you lose 2 players, so now you lose another linebacker.
Yep. So Coach Finger's talking to Sam Wyatt right now. And got a little blood underneath his chin.
Yeah, like he played a football game.
Yep.
All right, so we're all set here. Everybody's good.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies at the 20-yard line. Glasscott rolls to his right. There comes the pressure. Cuts it up. He's got some room to run across the 30-yard line. Mchale comes up with the tackle.
Yeah, so they're changing up a little bit. The Dolphins have been keying on Saviano. So that's the second time in the game that Glasgow's kept it. First time was a 5-yard gain. That time was about, what'd you get, 13?
Yep, up to the 33-yard line. So it's 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. Under a minute to go here.
Yeah, so the key here is not to let anything happen in these last 50 seconds. If you can get to the sideline, regroup a little bit on the quarter.
So Glasgow with Saviano to his right. O'Connell and number 5, Ackerson to the right. Looking to the right side. Picked off! Racklaw at the 43-yard line. Up the left side to about the 25-yard line. Richie Racklaw with the INT going all the way up on those tippy toes and turning it over.
Almost like Glasgow didn't see Richie standing there.
Richie.
And Richie with a nice catch extended his arms. He was trying to hit O'Connell over top the linebacker in front of Mchale, the safety. And similar to what Mchale did in the first quarter, just didn't throw the ball high enough. So another huge possession change. Dolphins have the ball back on the 29-yard line, Todd, 22.6 seconds. So now here's the interesting. You called it. The freshman is back in the game as the running back. We're on our third-string running back.
Joseph Clayton's going to have to go the rest of the way because
Yeah.
I think I heard Coach Finger saying Mr. Sam's done for the day. So,
So Clayton.
both juniors, by the way.
Yeah. So Clayton's a little far behind.
He is about the NFL's 9 yards back, which gives the defenders plenty of time to get up, and that was a great textbook tackle there by Eamon Glasgow.
So we're going to go to the fourth quarter, Todd, and the Dolphin coaches are going to have to figure something out one more time about how this is going to work.
It'll be 2nd down and call it 9 at the 28-yard line. But after 3, it's Whitney Young, 12. Walter Payton, nothing. 12 minutes remaining here in week 4 or week 2?
Well, it depends what you're going to go with. It's IHSA week 5.
Week 5.
It's CPS week 4. And it's Walter Payton and Whitney Young week 2.
So it's a 5-4-2.
So it can be whatever you want, Todd.
All the above.
So yeah, so the Dolphin coaches are going to have to figure something out on the fly here. Clayton, you can't figure, has taken many snaps in the limited practices that everybody's had so far. They've gone to Skotanis and to Wyatt. The first step is to get him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage, not 9.
And now you got 72.
He's just going to shoot, Todd.
Right tackle, who's had trouble with those shoes all day. If you remember back in the first half, he was the one who was down. That's Josiah Roman. He's now your starting center.
I mean, now do you take Mchale, you roll him out, and you tell him he hasn't had much success in the pocket just because of the pressure from the Grizzlies. You roll him out, you tell him if the guy's wide open, you throw it. If not, you run it and you pick up as much as you can. The ball's on the – what do we got? The ball's on the 28-yard line?
28-yard line, yep. So coming back in.
You need 2 first downs. It's not good. You're looking at your 2 running backs sitting on the bench in front of us.
Yep. But they did modify – well, no, he's going –
he's can't back up any further.
Clayton is literally 9 yards behind him.
I think we got somebody else warming up on the sideline too, Todd.
Yep. So Mchale under center. Takes the snap. Turns, gives. Clayton bounces, tries to get around. Horse collar, and there comes the flag.
I really don't think that was, Todd. He was not inside the shoulder pads, but he stretched his jersey out. But it's going to be a huge first down for the Dolphins.
Yep.
So here we go. Here's the running back solution that we're going to go with, Todd. The backup quarterback, sophomore Alex Dale, is going to come into the game, and I think he's going to be the running back. So you got Mchale and Dale in the backfield. It's good poetry.
Yes, it is poetry.
Nothing if not a poet. We got some fans somehow that have snuck onto the field. The Payton fans just said, you know what, we're going to get on the field anyway on the other side. I just noticed that.
Yeah, they've been over there all game.
Nice. Rule break. What rule breakers they are. So key to that penalty, Todd, that was outside the 20-yard line, so they're going to get the benefit of the full 15.
Yep. At the 15. Wow. So that's another penalty that could prove costly.
That's right, 2 huge personal fouls.
1st and 10 at the 15.
So I don't think Dale's played running back either, but he's a little more north and south.
Yep. He'll find it. Hold on. There he goes, right up the gut. I think he'll probably get the hang of that.
Yeah, really quick.
Get a couple of those, get into that secondary, get into the second level before anybody touches you, and you're going to be
Is that another injury, Todd, or a whistle?
O'Connell's getting up a little slow. Frank saying he could have scored 3 times. Interesting.
On one leg, Frank?
On one leg. That's a 2nd and 1 at the 6-yard line on the 9-yard pickup by Dale.
So the benefit of not being in the press box, Todd, is that you get to hear the players chirp a little bit. Yeah.
More, yeah. It's like, hey, that could have been me. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Dale with Mchale under center. Racklaw moves to the right side. They go back to Hale that time.
Graziano and Saviano.
Graziano and Saviano at that.
Yeah, there was no fooling them that time. I think Payton's in the mode. They're going to just full out run blitz here.
Yeah.
So what I would look for is a quick dump from the tight end position, either to Racklaw or maybe a quick pass out to 17 Hood, the freshman. Because he's getting a lot of room, even this deep.
5th play of the drive coming up.
He's not out there right now, but you look maybe for Tyson Lieto to get out there and have a jump ball situation.
3 receivers deployed. 3rd down and 8. Or excuse me, 3rd down and about 4 at the 8-yard line. There goes 58 and O'Connell and Graziano and Dawson and just a whole host of Grizzlies that time. Now you may want to try your kicker.
Now I would try the kicker, Todd. There you go.
Yep. You got the wind you got bigger buildings that are on the south side that are the north side of the field that are breaking the wind as opposed to the south end, and he's going to be kicking into the north.
So if he's got the leg, Todd. He was kicking from 35 earlier. He just has to get the elevation.
It's going to be a 20-yard field goal.
And there's got to be a snap.
25-yard field goal. And again, your primary snapper is sitting on the bench in front of us. There's the snap is back, the hold is down, the kick is up, end over end, and it is good. Right downtown.
Huge. So now you have a 15-0 lead, Todd. You have a Grizzly team that has not proven they can get anywhere through the air. So that's a huge points to get on the board there off the turnover, the interception by Richie Racklaw. So it's not the 6 you would have had when you were down on the 1-yard line, but points are good here.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, now you just now defensively defense prevents victory, but you want to make sure that nobody gets behind you, that there's no home run ball. I don't think we had one completed pass so far for the Grizzlies. It was on that swing pass. So somebody's following Saviano wherever he goes and making sure that he doesn't bust off a big play. You keep him in the 4 or 5 yard range. They do have a kicker for the Grizzlies, but at some point they would have to go score 2 touchdowns and go for 2 on at least one of them.
So it was a 6-play drive, 21 yards in 3 minutes and 6 seconds. It was a 25-yard field goal by number 37.
And in high school, Todd, kickers are huge weapons. You see that. That's not a play they could have made last year. They would have had to go for it.
Yeah, and it is huge.
And now with the Grizzlies keying just on whoever the running back is, we're 4th string running back in the game, the backup quarterback.
So puts a foot into it. Caught, mishandled at the 15 by O'Connell. Picks it up, makes one man miss, goes to the left side. Lieto giving chase, finally pushed out of bounds there. Good return by O'Connell.
So that's his second good return, Todd. The previous one we did a good job too, got the ball out to about the 40. So good field position for the.
They're just running out of time.
Yeah,
John.
good field position for the Grizzlies, but if you're going to have to rely on Joe Saviano to pick up your yards, that it's something that hasn't worked yet today. So defensively, you just got to sure tackles.
Spot the ball about the – oh, sorry, go ahead.
Tommy Basario out again. Amos in. So you got Amos. Here's the problem. You got Amos Lieto in on the line, positions they're not used to playing at all.
Yep.
Clayton's now at linebacker because Sam Wyatt's out. You got Alex Dale in because Frank Skotanis is out. Yep. So
next man up.
It's a patchwork defense right now.
1st and 10 at the 39. Saviano goes short side of the field, hesitates, puts the shoulder down. Racklaw with the tackle.
So still 5. What are they going to give him? 5-yard gain. And the only problem with that was Richie caught a little bit instead of attacking the ball.
Yeah.
Very patient run by Saviano. He got out to the edge, almost came to a full stop, and then cut up, found a hole and cut up.
Just picked up 4 on the play to the 43-yard line.
So the problem, too, with the inexperience, Lieto followed that play all the way across. He's got to stay at home in case that gets cut back. So, or you give a little counter play and it comes back.
Newton and O'Connell to the near side. Ball on the left hash. Saviano in the backfield. Little movement by the Dolphins. Walker goes up. Picked off by Hood. Picked off by Harris. 17. Hood has got the INT, and a flag comes late with the jump ball. That was between him and Mchale.
Yeah, Patrick actually stepped away for a second, let Harris have it. Grizzlies were trying to change the game. That's going to be a turnover. I'm not sure, maybe a push in the back on the run back, but that interception will stand based on where that flag is.
Anthony Hood, the freshman, coming up big.
So another
a return of about
that was at the 35 yard. Yeah. They're going to walk it back.
Yep.
I didn't see it's a 15-yard penalty, 10-yard penalty. So I'm going to guess that was a block in the back, Todd. I didn't see what the referee. Yeah, there you go, push in the back. All right, so
let's reset it with
8-19.
1st and 10 at the Payton 42-yard line on the interception by Hood, the freshman, coming up big.
No, do we say Dex Harris?
What's that?
We go 16 on that?
No, 17.
17?
It was Hood.
17, sorry.
Yep, all good.
So now we got to see what the Dolphins do to run some time off of this clock. Take advantage of a third Grizzly turnover in this game.
And their third-string running back.
Fourth-string
running back who wasn't even on the depth chart. They go to Dale. Dale gets it. Makes one man miss the 30-yard line to the 25, and a flag flies right there.
They're going to get holding on Hood.
Yeah.
Let him go. So it'll end up 2nd and 5 or so, Todd. So still a big play.
Alex Dale, 6 foot, 210-pound sophomore.
Yeah, he's a big kid too. When you see him
talking about handling the football, he's got to get that thing tucked away. But he's not.
I'm not sure we're taking the handoff correctly, but So 1st down and 3.
Holding the call against number 17. That's Hood. Still 1st down, but the ball rests now at the 37-yard line.
So Basario is out there, Todd, limping noticeably.
Yep.
So he's gutting it out.
Patchwork, you certainly called it, Tom.
I mean, it's
a couple of guys playing where they're not supposed to be. Probably didn't think they were going to play today, and they're right in there. Mchale.
There you
rolls
go.
To his right, tucks it down, looks for the opening, gets around O'Connell. Big
should be a first down.
At about the 30-yard line. It's going to be enough for a first down, though.
I think that's what you're going to see, Todd. And that's what we talked about on the last possession. Just roll Mchale out. Let him make a decision about, is there a wide open guy or run the ball. So he was able to pick up 4 yards on that play. So if you can do that, stay in bounds. They're going to wind the clock at 7:20. So you got 1st and goal on the 20 with, by the time they snap this, will be under 7 left.
1st and 10.
First and 10 on the 20.
At the 30.
At the 30. I'm going to put my glasses on now.
It's okay.
Getting excited. I'm trying to figure out who they got in at running back. And
That's right. They got a guy from the sidelines over
who
here.
the third string court. Once more they're going to get you in. You're the center.
No. Patrick doesn't want to take snaps from me. 6:50 and counting here, remaining in the football game. 15-0 is the score. Mchale under center, moves Racklaw back to the left side. 2 receivers to the right. Dale in the backyard. Graziano misses him, sheds a second tackler. A third. Grizzly tries to bring him down. Finally, O'Connell with the tackle.
Yeah. Graziano was there to take the handoff that time.
He was trying to get it from his buddy Patrick.
Yeah.
Mchale.
So that time the Dolphins took the play clock all the way under 5 seconds. So by the time they snap this, it'll be under 6, Todd. So they're getting almost a minute out of every play here.
Gain of 2.
And they're just the Grizzlies are just run blitzing on every play. They got Saviano up on the line of scrimmage now. Graziano's on the line of scrimmage. They got one guy back. They're confident that Mchale's not going to throw the ball.
Right.
Mchale's not even under center until the back judge raises his arm, signaling 10 seconds. Then he sends Racklaw in motion.
Racklaw goes to the left side, takes a snap, rolls to his right, dumps it underneath, incomplete. Good job by Ricky to make sure that he dropped that one.
Yeah.
Richie, excuse me.
Well, you know what? He would have lost 3 yards, but the clock would have kept running. Right. So right now, what's the trade-off there? So you could have run another 40 seconds off the clock. I would guess this is going to be another rollout for Mchale as he comes to get the play.
Yeah.
Short play call there.
Mchale's been going sideline to sideline quite a
bit.
Getting a workout.
Yeah, last year, Todd, when Coach Finger was calling the plays, they had play calls. The quarterback didn't have to come to the sideline. This year they've changed up a little bit, and they come to the sideline to get the plays. You can tell the game's almost over. Everybody's a little gassed here.
It's third down, but the
hand has knocked theirs.
So there's –
yeah, it should be third down.
Yeah. So there's just some confusion.
It should be third down.
The side judge was saying that it was fourth down because the gentleman who was holding the sticks was kind of giving the indication.
Yeah, no, there was a first down. So Mchale got the first down on the running play.
Yep.
They're calling it fourth.
2nd and 8 on the 2-yard pickup, and then a 3rd and 8 on the
yeah, it should be third down.
And there's
so the Dolphins are getting.
Wait, they're still trying to figure it out.
The Dolphins are getting.
Coach Finger just said deal with it.
Right. Dolphins are getting a play taken away from them here. So they're going to wait. The clock's running. They're going to wait. There you go. 10 seconds on the play clock. They're going to take a time. They'll take a timeout.
Coach Finger's right beside the side judge. So they're going to.
So they're having another conference.
Stop it with 5:15.
They're going to have another conference. Now the challenge is I'm not sure if the clock operator knows how to put time back on the clock.
That's true.
Yeah. So they're going to ask him to put time back on the clock. He's trying to figure it out, Mr. Racklaw. There you go. All right, Mr. Racklaw.
There you go.
I apologize for questioning you.
So
it's fourth down. There's so in defense of the clock, the referee started the clock.
Right. But the referee also said that it was third down.
So
or fourth down. So whatever it is, it's fourth.
So we're going to go with fourth down, even though it's third down.
Right. Even in my book, I've got 1st and 10, 2nd and 8, 3rd and 8, and this would be 3rd and 8 coming up. Mchale goes under center, takes the snap, looks left, gets wrapped up by his buddy Elliot Graziano.
2 sacks.
I think I'll take the 2 sacks in the 15-0.
Yeah, in the win. All right, so
5:28 remaining.
So what that really did, Todd, was cost the Dolphins 40 seconds on the clock.
1st and 10 for the Walter Payton Grizzlies at their own 35-yard line. They need
So
two scores and at least 1 2-point conversion.
Grizzlies have to come up with a big play here somewhere, whether it's a pass play, even though they only had one completion so far today, or a big run from Saviano.
5:28 remaining. 15-0 is the score.
And any running play that doesn't get out of bounds is going to keep the clock running. So
they go trips to the left with Harrington, Newton, and O'Connell. O'Connell in the middle of the two. Glascott with the call. Fakes. Coming across the middle. Incomplete. Throws it short. Intended for O'Connell.
Mchale tripped trying to come out of his break, or that ball would have been a possible another interception. It came out of Glascott's hand rather awkwardly.
Yeah.
What that does is stop the clock, though. So we'll have to see what the Dolphins do on that. That time they didn't flip the cornerback to the other side.
Yep.
They had a cornerback and a safety on the near side, short side, with no receivers, and left 2 cornerbacks and a safety against 3 receivers. So we'll have to see if they flip the field or if they're going to leave Harris on the short side to watch out for the run. They're more afraid to run. They think they can cover 3 with 3.
Grizzlies break.
So that's what they're going to do. They're going to cover 3 with 3 on the wide side and leave Harris here to watch for the run.
Yep, Jalen Carr back on this side. Glascott lets it fly. Mchale with the nice INT at the 30-yard line.
So 4th turnover for the Grizzlies today. Just an ineffective passing game today just has cost them. The Dolphins were able to cover 3 with 3, and that ball was thrown. I'm not sure if it was a route problem. We'll have to go back and look at it, but there was 3 receivers that all came to the 30-yard line hash, and Mchale was able to come down with it. So 5:17 left, Todd. 2 minutes of running the ball. If you get a first down, but let's be honest, right? It's 2 minutes of running the ball. If we can keep the downs straight, you get 1 first down, you can almost run out the clock the way they're going.
Mr. Skatanis is over there on the stick, too. So
yeah.
1st and 10 at the 32. Mchale has to strip the gloves and get ready to go.
I guarantee you Mr. Skatanis was telling him it was 3rd down, and
yes.
They just weren't believing him.
Takes the snap, turns, gives to Hale. Hale cuts it up the middle, dives forward to near the 40-yard line. Dale.
So, so now they're far enough on their own side of the field. You can see what's going on. You're seeing the front of the play, not the back of the play. Not exactly receiving the handoff as we're trained to receive a handoff. Just, I think the instruction has to be here is get the ball, put 2 hands on it, and
Do
go.
not fumble.
Right. So
gain of 8 on the play for
2 more yards. You'll be able to run this under 3 minutes, and that would put the Grizzlies in a really tough place.
For AD, Alex Dale. I will get it right. Sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Dale. 2nd down and 2. Oh, my gosh. Mchale hands the ball off, and it goes into the arms of somebody had a huge jump on that.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that wasn't offsides.
Yeah.
Or they need to change up the snap count because – so 2 things happened there.
Saviano, wasn't it?
Yeah, Saviano got in, and Saviano beat Mchale back to Dale, but the problem was Dale was standing there not moving.
Right.
And didn't give – Mchale couldn't see Saviano because his back was turned on him. So now we got a ball game again.
Yeah.
4:33. The ball's on the 33-yard line. That's what happens when you're in you got your 4th-string running back, and they know you're not going to try and pass the ball. I'm not sure how that wasn't offsides. I think he had to be offsides.
Timed it awfully close.
Or the Dolphins just need to change up the snap count a little bit.
So they hand it to Saviano. He goes to the short side of the field, the far side.
And gets out of bounds, so stops the clock, yeah.
So 2nd down coming up after the gain to the 30-yard line of 4 yards. So 2nd and 6 with under 4:30 to go.
Yeah, so you were 2 yards away from having the ball and getting it under 3.
Yep.
There you're wondering if you almost roll Mchale out and let him
That goes back to the very first play of the second half when, you know,
just let him
the momentum just completely shifted from what was the Grizzlies to the Dolphins on the fumble. Same thing happened right there. Now Glasgow throws over. He's got Newton. Newton at the 20, makes one man miss. Finally gets pushed out of bounds.
I see huge momentum shift out here, so it's going to be and you get out of bounds again, the clock stops.
1st and 10 at the about the 11-yard line. Got a 19-yard gain on that last play, so they can still pick up a first down.
Yeah, second completion for Glasgow there. Nice easy pass. Timeout. I think we got
timeout on the field. The officials are trying to.
They're going to put 4 seconds back on the clock.
4:21 back on the clock from 4:17. There we go.
All right, so
D's got to come up big for the Dolphins.
Yep.
Glasgow.
I think you see 28 here.
Short side of the field, cuts it up.
Strong run.
Rocky with the tackle.
Neil Rocky with the first contact, but he was still able to fall forward for 6 yards.
But he stayed
inbounds, and the clock is running.
So the clock continues to wind.
And they're still huddling up. Glasgow went and got the play quickly.
Looks like a gain of about 4. There's
down
an awful lot of lines
down
out
to
there.
the 6, 7, down to the 7.
7. So it's 2nd down and 6. They can still get a first down. Saviano moves from the right side to the left side.
There's a wide open on the left side.
He is. They just pitch it to him there. Glasgow, there comes Tyson Lieto. A little pitch back to the side. Did it hit the ground?
Incomplete, they're calling it, Todd.
Incomplete, it hit the ground. 35 was the intended receiver. That was Schwartz, Simon Schwartz.
So now you kind of foo-fooed that 3rd down snafu by the officials down here, but that's going to turn out with the fumble to make a big difference. It would have been 40 seconds left on the clock, less on the clock. So you got 3rd down, 3 minutes and 30 seconds left, Todd.
So the ball rests at the 7-yard line.
I think the Grizzlies might have gotten a little fancy there. I think you just give the ball to Saviano.
Yeah.
Not try and roll out because he was up in pass protection. He wasn't even out on a route on that one.
Flag flies to the side judge.
Offsides, Dolphins.
Against the Dolphins. Wow.
That had to be a line up all sides.
So that'll be
2.5 yards.
Make it that much closer to get that first down.
Put the ball in the 5.
A lot of confusion by the officiating crew.
You got to think it's only the 3rd or 4th game for the officials this year too. So.
Right.
All right, so now the ball's on the 4.
Ball's on the 4. There's Glasgow, winds up. This time he's got his receiver. That's Charlie Newton with the catch and touchdown.
Oh.
You got a player down. Saviano looks to be the one on the carpet.
Yeah, he was nicked up in the first half, so.
All
right, so they're going to kick, Todd. They're going to kick this. So timeout on the field. They're blowing a whistle for Saviano.
He's up.
Looks like the Grizzlies are going to kick the extra point, try and make it 15 to 7.
Number 4 is in.
They got a full. Oh, we haven't been changing the. So much to do, Todd.
6. All right.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, folks at home.
Sorry, folks at home. Yeah, 15-6 is the score with 3:25 remaining here in the 4th.
They're going to kick this, attempt to kick this.
You're right.
So and the Grizzlies have all 3 timeouts.
Number 4 are in to attempt that extra
point. So this is a huge kick right here.
And again, this points after turnover with the Saviano blowing up the play, the handoff between Mchale and Dale. Blocked. Number 5 with the block. Nice job on Neil Rocky. Rocky 6'2", 222.
So
that's a
that's
9-point lead.
Yeah, that's a huge play there, Todd. Keeps it a 2-score game. It would have gotten a little dicey if they had made it an 8-point game or 1 score, changed it up. But now now you think the Grizzlies have to onside kick.
Yes, they do. 108.
So you got hands. You're going to have to put the hands team up. You got everybody. Harris, Hood, Mchale, Lieto, Racklaw. Not a big ugly out there anywhere, Todd.
So the scoring drive, let's recap that for you real quick. 5 plays, 34 yards, 1:08 off the clock. It was a 4-yard pass from Eamon Glasgow to Charlie Newton. The extra point was blocked by Neil Rocky. It gives us a score of 15-6, a 9-point deficit for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, there's only one number over 20 out there, Todd. And he's your 6'7".
Yeah, he's your 89. He's
your 6'7" basketball player. So, yeah, with a 9-point deficit here, the Grizzlies have to onside kick this and recover and score quickly.
And then get it back again.
Right. So you're looking for the first line to block, the second line to pick it up and fall down on it. So there's going to be a penalty. Timeout for the Dolphins, not a penalty.
Timeout called by the Dolphins?
Timeout's called by Whitney Young.
So now
it had onside kicks are hard enough. At this level, when you don't practice them, they're going to be even harder. So what happened on that, even though the whistle blew, the ball skidded right through to the second level, and the Dolphins recovered it easily. But the key is the front 7 guys for the Dolphins just have to find somebody to block. Right. Let that ball go through.
To the second level.
The danger is, and if I were the Grizzly coach, you're telling your kicker to pick somebody on the front line and kick it at them as hard as you can.
Right.
I think that's your best chance to
bounce it off of him.
To recover, yeah. Let it hit him in the chest. And fall straight down and let one of your guys run up and get it.
So they will do it all over again. 3:25 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
So real impressive, Todd. You got 2 freshmen out there.
Yeah.
Clayton and Hood. You got 37 Lozano, who's the kicker, is out covering the kick.
Yeah. So
you can hear the coaches up here yelling, front line block. So
I noticed they moved Graziano to this side.
So they got 6 and 4. I didn't think that was illegal anymore. I thought you had to have 5 and 5.
I thought you did too.
So they're going to. You assume they're going to kick it to the Dolphins' left, yeah.
Yeah, to the Dolphins' left.
There you go.
Right on top of it was number 6. The 4th string,
Alex Dale.
Alex Dale.
But great play. That ball, and what you want as a kicker, you want that ball to take a funky hop the second bounce, and it just stayed on the ground. Dale got his glove down, kept his glove down, fell on it. So we're at 3:23. Grizzlies have all 3 timeouts. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you do with the running plays here, Todd.
Yeah.
Do you let Mchale keep the ball and just roll out? They're selling out. There's 8 guys in the box right now for the Grizzlies.
And now you put Leto back in there as a
blocker,
fullback.
But Dale's got to be moving forward to come get the ball. There's 8 guys in the box.
I say this is good.
Elliott's standing up in a sprinter stance. Oh, now they got everybody coming.
Here comes Lozano. And Mchale gets hit hard by Graziano.
Yeah,
back to the line of scrimmage.
So Lieto and Mchale ran into each other.
So it'll still be 2nd down and 10 at the 50.
So this is the disadvantage that the Dolphins have having to go from under center. This is it. Clock runs, though. They're not the Grizzlies aren't going to take a timeout yet, which surprises me because time. You need time. Right. So saving them for you to get the ball back. When you have the ball, you don't need timeouts.
Right. You can kill it. You can stop it. You can throw it out of bounds.
You need to take the timeouts now because you still have 2 possessions.
I was thinking that Mchale might get a couple of rush opportunities.
Yeah,
here,
just straight up the middle.
Way.
Keep the ball.
Not the way the last one went.
You're almost. I don't want to take a knee here, but you're just take the ball and run forward, Patrick.
Takes the snap, hands off. Dale.
2 hands.
2 hands it.
Yeah, they're
Saviano's
ripping.
There, they're trying.
Glasscott had no interest in tackling.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There's the first timeout.
Saviano gets up again, gimpy on that left ankle.
Yeah, that happened on a play he didn't even carry, Todd. Oh, we already have him down for 2 because we didn't fix it after that. Yeah. We need to talk to the executive producer. He's doing a pretty bad job.
Now
Dale is down
after the play, well after the play. And so is Saviano. We got kids
wow.
everywhere. This is
I don't think this is a commentary on the number of practices. I think this is just that hard a hitting of a football game that these kids, haven't played a lot, but they're going at it. And they're 2 equally competitive teams. It's not like the Orr game that Payton played.
And again, Solario was a pretty darn good opponent for Whitney Young in week 1 in their week 1 game.
That game was pretty wide open though, Todd. There wasn't a lot of in the trenches kind of stuff, and the running backs had a lot of yardage. So hopefully this is Alex just got the wind knocked out of him.
Who do you go to if you're 4th string running back?
12. 12's just going to carry the ball.
12's going to get it, huh?
I think that's all you can do.
Alex is up and off.
I mean, Clayton. The answer is Clayton comes back into the game.
Yeah.
Or you could take. You could take Richie Racklaw, somebody that has experience, but. I think it's pretty clear that your best bet here is to run 12 forward, run Mchale forward. They're going to take another timeout. You're going to punt.
Yep.
And you hope they get the ball. You tell your punter to punt the ball out of bounds.
Yep. You got the wind seems to be behind their backs.
So
too.
Clayton back in the game.
Yep. So 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here in the 4th and final quarter. I don't see any way of getting a extra time in this one with the 9-point differential. But you never should say
that's not true, Todd. They have a field goal kicker.
This is a kiss of
right.
death.
You get 6, you don't get the 2, you recover the onside kick, and you have a field goal kicker.
A field goal. There's the
I can get you there real fast.
Jeez. So Mchale with third down.
I think you just run this forward.
And 10. Yeah, keep it in play.
28 is offside.
Yeah, it looked like he was. There's Mchale looking
Stay in
for
bounds.
some blocking. He's got some room.
First down.
Great job by P-Mac, and a flag flies late.
So that should be the ball game. We got an injury back here, Todd. Another
Alejandro
Grizzly
Velasquez is down.
But a great patient run by Mchale. Holding.
And it looks like
so they think they called that on 14 is a number I heard.
Forensic.
Yeah. So my question, though, there's an injury timeout. But here's my question on the rules, Todd.
Yeah.
I think this clock starts when the ball is spotted. So Payton's going to have to take a timeout. Or is that change inside of 4 minutes or something?
So he got a first down, but there was a penalty.
So they're going to have to take it. So it's going to come back.
Right.
So they're going to spot the ball. In the first half, they started the clock after an offensive penalty.
That's true. They did.
So I'm not sure. Where's the penalty? They called it.
Where they
they called it on the 47.
46 or 47 yard line, so they'll back them up 15.
10.
Excuse me. Looks like Velasquez is up to a seated position.
Yeah, I think it's just a hard-hitting football game, Todd. When you have 6 or 7 Dolphins on the line of scrimmage and 8 Grizzlies on the line of scrimmage, there's a lot of contact going on.
Yep.
Hopefully this comes out. Everybody comes out all right. I'm not sure why they're not. They're trying to get him some assists. I don't want to. Sorry, I didn't mean to keep that on camera.
Yeah, get some of his.
Yeah, he's a little ankle.
Go get a teammate and help him out. Looks like it's a right ankle.
So actually,
wobbly,
and just great turnout here, Todd, for a Sunday afternoon when nobody's supposed to be here.
And no stands.
Right, no stands. We probably got 100 people here at the game, outside the fence, inside the track.
So
here you go.
Alejandro Velasquez making his way to the sidelines. It'll bring up a 3rd down and call it.
Let's see what the white hat does.
16.
So he's looking for a timeout. They're going to start the clock. I think he's going to start the clock.
The ball rests at the 44-yard line. Boy, this last
it's
7 minutes
it's taken a long time.
It's been one of the
turnovers, interceptions, fumbles.
Fumbles, turnovers, miscommunication between the officiating crew. Resetting of the clock. Got all kinds of things going on here.
So let's see what the white hat does. The white hat is going to
White hat
he's going to start the clock.
Craig Jeffries. 3rd down.
Wait.
16.
There we go. He's going to wind the clock. He's going to wind the clock. So 12 is going to wait. Not sure if the Grizzlies realize the clock has started. It's a 25-second clock coming out of this. So Mchale's going to wait.
Now the coaches are saying, why is the clock started?
Because the clock starts. High school football.
That's right.
So it should only be
checking his
should
watch.
only be a 25-second clock. But we're under 140, Todd.
Still hasn't dropped to the
Oh, now he gets a 10-second warning. This is just going to be a run somewhere. Same thing.
Boots. Tries the right side. He's got
face mask.
Face mask. Still ahead. Still driving.
Needs a new jersey.
1st down by Patrick Mchale.
I forgot to move the camera. I apologize. Watching the game. There's going to be a face mask call in this, Todd, so it'll be 1st down Dolphins.
1st down.
I think he got the 1st down.
He did get the 1st down. He needed the 40-yard line.
So he got a 15-yard run plus the face mask.
He got a 17-yard run.
17-yard run and the face mask.
And a 1st down.
And he's going to need a new jersey after that one got stretched out a little bit. So, once again, the camera work, my fault. I was watching the play instead of watching the camera.
It just happens to be your son, so you know.
But, nice off-tackle read. They didn't call a penalty. So they waved off the flag.
They must have pulled the flag.
But the clock is running. You're at 1:15. It is victory formation time.
Yeah, it is.
So, two timeouts. Yeah, 2 timeouts for the Grizzlies. Now Clayton can go 9 yards back.
Yeah. Or even further. Under a minute to go here.
So you think the Grizzlies might not take their timeouts knowing that there's the 10-second warning from the field judge or from the back judge.
Yep. And now the timeout called by the Dolphins. Why not?
We got nowhere to go. It's Sunday afternoon.
It's Sunday afternoon. So the Dolphins will take a timeout with 51.1 seconds to go. Up 15-6. The Dolphins are going to walk away with victory number 2 here, Tony. Very impressive today.
It's next man up, patchwork. You hope everybody's okay.
Yeah.
You hope Frank Scotanis gets a haircut.
There's the what? What? A haircut? No.
We won because of the mullet.
You're right. This is the
team
interaction
mullet.
We don't get.
We're in the press box.
We won because of the mullet. The mullet lives.
But great win for the Dolphins. Yeah. 3 days of practice after 2 weeks off. Patchwork line coming in,
Makeshift line, exactly.
You lose your left.
Give him a huge.
Yeah, lose your left tackle possibly. He's playing on one leg. You're on your 4th string running back.
And 5th. Mchale will take the snap, take the knee, wind the clock.
So I will tell you that the comment, they got to do it one more time. The comment after today is when he was in the shotgun last week and they took the victory formation, he got charged with losing 5 yards.
Right.
Now he's only going to lose 1 yard. So
that's true. And after that 17-yard run, and he had a couple others.
He still had this two Graziano sacks. So
that should do it. Whitney Young, and there's a very happy number 12 who got a interception, a touchdown, a huge run on 3rd down to keep the ball in the possession of the Dolphins. Winding it down, 10 seconds to go. The final score here today at Mchale Obama's Athletic Complex will be the Whitney Young Dolphins 15, the Walter Payton Grizzlies 6, and the Dolphins advance their season record to 2-0, while the Grizzlies fall to 1-1.
And I will tell you that there is a team song that the Dolphins sing, so we'll have to go see. If last week they didn't sing it because there was nobody here, they might go down to the fence. The COVID wave.
Yeah, the COVID wave from side to side. Oh, and that is. Need that back? Thank you, sir. Contact for game. Hang on a sec. We're just on live. Hang on. The post game.
Always better when. Always better when it's a victory talk, right, Todd?
Yep. Let him do a little.
Just had to give him my thing.
What's in?
So yeah, so big victory here, Todd. Even though this isn't the Payton team of other years, like Richie said at halftime, this one was personal. It was a business trip. They wanted this one probably more than they wanted Solero because of what happened last year. So huge win, huge step up for everybody. You got guys who probably never thought they were going to play in this game, getting meaningful time.
In meaningful positions,
Mr. and Mrs. Clayton were watching because number 33 got some carries today. Alex Dale did not count on playing running back today at all. So
he's your backup quarterback.
Huge defensive stands by the Grizzlies, just like last week.
Great job by Coach Finger and his staff to keep the kids focused. That last quarter was kind of crazy.
And it took forever. That was like an NFL quarter right there.
NFL quarter right there.
Turnover after turnover after turnover.
Turnover, penalties, miscommunications, plays, whatnot. So, wow. Frank's still on the IR here. But, masks on, everybody, masks on. But a great job by the Whitney Young Dolphins. And again, kudos to the Payton Grizzlies over there for coming out.
I'm not sure this is our team picture for this year or not, but Coach is breaking out the Kodak.
Instachrome.
All right, Paul Simon. We're good, thanks.
Want to thank some of the special folks here at Whitney Young. Obviously, Dr. Joyce Kenner, Athletic Director Chris Cassidy, Head Coach Dan Finger. Also, Mr. Kern and Mr. Howard, who helped us out this morning getting checked in here. Want to thank the good folks at Payton, Coach Knock, the entire Walter Payton High School staff. Thanks everybody who was out there watching and listening. Special thanks to my partner Tony Mchale for making this happen for the WYHS community.
This is where we don't have a delay. We hope nobody cusses right now.
Yeah, no kidding. That's right.
FCC giving us a call tomorrow morning.
There you go, Mr. Mchale. Week 5, we're going to see the Dolphins heading out to Rockney Stadium, their former home field, to face the Mchale Clark Eagles. That kickoff is next Saturday at 3 p.m. Final score once again, Whitney Young 15, Walter Payton 6. Tony, you got any final thoughts?
With 3 weeks of practice, 3 days of practice, Todd, I think both teams came out here and laid it on the line. Obviously, defensive struggle. Defenses played way better than the offenses. Both teams struggle with the passing game, but I think you got to give a ton of credit to these Dolphins. Next man up. We couldn't keep track of the changes fast enough as people came in. So, credit to the coaching staff to have all these kids prepared and get in a great. Didn't get their heads down when they turned the ball over. Everybody contributed. We got our great friend Ed Graziano walking over to say hi. But yeah, so hope everybody's healthy. I think it looks like Frank might not be ready for next week, but you hope everybody else is, and you just get ready for next week. it'll be senior day. You get an opportunity for the seniors actually to walk off the field for their last game, which is exciting. The seniors last year didn't get to do that. So, kudos, team effort, and look forward to next week. Hopefully, this worked out well. We won't screw up next week.
Yeah, we'll try to keep it on an even plane there. So, once again, Whitney Young 15, Walter Payton 6. Young continues their winning ways this spring, staying undefeated 2-0. While Payton loses here in week 4, it falls to 500 at 1-1. So for everyone at the Whitney Young football, for Tony Mchale, this is Todd Kibbe saying good night, Gracie. Good afternoon, Gracie. From the Mchale Obama Athletic Complex on the west side of the greatest city in the world, Chicago, Illinois. So long, everybody.